The stream is live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Curse of Strahd. We have everybody today. Hello, we're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Yay!
I'm Christiana Ellis. I'm the Dungeon Master. We haven't played this game in a few weeks, but I'm glad to have us back. We have all of our players today, starting with Liberdette as Honor, the Tiefling Ranger.
Hello.
I just realized that little label I gave you does not have a closed parentheses on it.
That is all right.
How grammatically incorrect.
It's all right for you, maybe.
Maybe she's just an open kind of person. There's more to her than we know.
Try to be a little bit more.
We have Tim Dodge as Pavel, the Human Cleric.
Greetings. Happy New Year.
Nutty as Shadow, the Elven Druid.
Hello.
Mark Kilfoyle as Rockjaw, the Half-Orc Barbarian.
Do you have anything to teach me?
And Nobilis as Zia, the Human Wizard.
Do not ask if you do not want to answer to question.
So, we're going to do a recap in a little bit here, especially since it's been a little while, so to just refresh everybody's memories and so on. I had to do it myself to be prepared to give this recap. But one of the things that I want to address in a meta-textual level before we get into the story recap is that in our last session, as these heroes explore the Amber Temple, which is a sort of a storehouse slash prison designed to hold all of these ancient dark powers looking for dark magics, some of them were offered certain gifts by these dark powers. And as we discovered within the story, some of those characters who accepted these gifts suddenly started acting very differently afterwards. And probably as far as the other characters were concerned, not in a positive way. So in a meta sense, we'll talk about it in the story sense when we do the recap, but in a meta sense, just from a gaming standpoint, there's a significant element of preference in play here, right? Because this is the sort of thing that represents a magical forced change to someone's character. Could be an alignment change or a personality change of some kind that is coming from an external place. And for some people, maybe that's going to be exciting and fun and interesting to roll with. But it could also be something that feels kind of unfair or arbitrary, and they don't necessarily look forward to playing that modified version of the character. And so in that context, we had a discussion after the last episode just to see how everyone was feeling about that. And as a result, we're going to move forward where within the story, there's going to be an opportunity for those characters to undo those changes because we're all interested in having fun here. So anyone who wants to keep the change can decide that's what's fun for them and can do it. Likewise, if anyone would rather not, we can do that too. So I don't need to be the monolithic voice on that kind of question. Do you guys have anything on that to elaborate there, or
Other than I'm really, really finding it hard to keep myself from saying "keep the change, you filthy animal."
I mean, part of this is, the fact that it is a role-playing game, and there's a certain vision for your character. And while the character can go through changes, radical changes you may not even been aware of, that is something that concerns a lot of people. Mm-hmm. So I totally see it as a fair offer, and within keeping the idea of it being a fun game for everybody.
Well, exactly. Everybody wants to have fun. If you're not having fun dealing with that change that was sort of imposed on you, then why do it?
Yeah.
right? And especially, I think it would be one thing if you felt that your character goes through something that would change them in a more organic way. then
Yeah.
that can be totally legitimate. But magic starts to get into like, oh, you touched the wrong thing. Turns out you're evil now. That can
Yeah, which
feel a
is
little bit
yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Even when you guys knew full well that you were delving into a temple devoted to ancient dark magics and that it was probably dangerous, but some of the things in this temple are a little bit
Yeah, I mean,
difficult to avoid.
and here's my thought on it.
Mm-hmm.
My character has a flaw of I remember every insult and nurse quiet resentment toward anyone who has wronged me. That's a doorway into some pretty dark play, right?
Mm-hmm.
That could be the beginning of a fall towards madness and evil and everything wrong with what a person can become. But the way that it happened to my character, it's like, no, we're not going to worry about that stupid thing. Way. And that felt, I mean, I realize, I've been thinking over the past few weeks, that's actually what felt the most wrong to me about it, was my character had a built-in thing that could lead to the kinds of stuff that we were looking at.
Mm-hmm.
And the way it fell out, just like, it's like this thing that I created for my character didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
It's not your fault. I think it has to do with the way the adventure is written.
Well, I think to defend the adventure a little bit, obviously, first of all, I think the adventure is written with the full intention that anyone playing the game can do what we're going to do, which is make that an optional thing. But the other element is that it's not like those sorts of things just happen everywhere in this world. You guys specifically went to an ancient temple of dark magic and, you know, that sort of thing. So I'm not saying that it's totally fair. I'm just saying that, like, in a game that has a history of that sort of thing, locking it away in the one ancient evil temple, that seems like if you're going to put it somewhere, that's a fair place to put it.
Yeah.
But we
way-
want everyone to be having fun. So if it's not fun, then let's fix it. That's all.
Okay, so yes.
Yeah. All right. So on a story level, in the beginning there was light. No, you guys.
Wow, deep recap.
So there was a group of adventurers that started this adventure. Finding themselves drawn through false pretenses into the land of Barovia, where they discovered magical mists prevent them from leaving, and it is ruled over by a monstrous vampire known to most of the locals as the Devil Strahd. You met Ismark, who is still with your party, Ismark Kolyanovich, who asked for help protecting his sister from Strahd, his sister Irina, because Strahd seemed obsessed with her. You received a fortune telling from an old Vistani woman who told you first that Ismark was going to be a powerful ally for you in your fight against Strahd, and that you needed to recover 3 artifacts in order to have your best chance to win. One of those you have already recovered, the Sun Sword, which is currently in the possession of Ismark, which is a sword apparently of pure sunlight. Pretty cool. You also recovered the Tome of Strahd, which told you some of Strahd's backstory from his own hand, and also gave you a few hints. The last one you have been told is a holy relic that you've been told is in a wizard's tomb. You don't know for sure where that is yet. You've picked up a couple of other allies along the way. And some of the original party have fallen, and you've recruited new friends. But with you in the current party, you have Esmeralda de Avenir, who is a Vistani also, but a monster hunter who specifically came to this land to look for her mentor, who she hasn't found, and hopefully to help him kill the vampire. You also have Casimir Velikov, who is an elf of the same tribe that Nutty's character Shadow belongs to, He had a dark episode in his past wherein his sister wanted to become Strahd's bride. In order to prevent that from happening, he led his tribe to stoning her to death. And as punishment, Strahd and his Chamberlain Rahadin had all the women and children elves of his tribe killed. He's regretted that whole episode for a long time, and in particular is very interested here in finding a way to restore his sister to life and to save his people. And that is part of why he wanted to come to this particular temple. You also have with you Adrian Mardikoff, who is a were-raven, who decided to join you as thanks for helping save his family's vineyard. So, before making the trek to the Amber Temple, you had stayed the night outside the ruined castle of Argynvostholt, and then a coffin delivery informed you that Strahd, who had kidnapped Irina, intends to marry her at sunset in 3 days. You are currently in the early evening of the second day. You traveled deep into the mountains to the Amber Temple, rumored to be the place where Strahd originally made his pact with the Dark Powers, because Casimir believes that this is where he can find the ability to restore his sister to life, and also because you all suspect that there may be other magical weapons that you could use in your fight. As you made your way through the Amber Temple, we have on the map here, you discovered that there was a tribe of mountain folk living in a cave on the outside of it, and because Lee's character Honor had previously found an ancient magical spear, they were not hostile because they respected that spear. But then as you begin entering the temple, you discovered that Rahadin was there offering some sort of a prayer to the Dark Powers, and you killed that guy. But then something that either this enormous statue in the center of this open room in the temple, either the statue itself or something inside it, messed you guys up with some very powerful magics, killing one of your party. And so you've been trying to avoid that central room since. But in the immediate, you lost a member, you gained a member, you are exploring, I just realized, so you guys are back up on this level. You encountered some of these amber sarcophagi that are what are holding the ancient Dark Powers prisoner, and discovered that by touching one of these things, you are offered a dark gift by one of these Dark Powers, which could have a significant positive, potentially, but also comes apparently with a price, because a couple of your party, Zia and Rockjaw, having accepted some of these gifts, have begun acting very strangely in dark ways. And that's basically where that stands. You have continued to explore the temple, and you in fact just opened a secret door in a little room here, and this 10-foot by 10-foot, 30-foot high chamber was apparently filled floor to ceiling with skulls. And they all spilled out all over you when you opened the door, and that's where we left things. But as we reconvene here, actually, let me go ahead and start our tabletop ambiance. I'm picking. This is Ice Cavern that we're playing.
We lost Nobilis.
Okay, well, hopefully he'll be back.
And all of our figures. We're all playing different characters now.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Sorry about that.
What I'm going to say is, in a subtle way, Ismark and Shadow. Ismark and Shadow and Esmeralda she and Adrian, Esmeralda basically pulls Ismark, Shadow, Honor, and Adrian aside a little bit.
I'm not actually in that room.
I know. Hang on. Give me a second, because I'm saying that she's bringing everybody over to that room.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So, what she brings you aside, leaving the new guy and Zia and Rockjaw and Casimir, the ones most interested in pursuing these dark gifts, leaving them as they're working to clear that room of all of those hundreds and hundreds of skulls. Just to see, presumably, what else might be going on in that room. But there's a lot of skulls in the way, so it's there. While they're working on that, Esmeralda pulls the rest of you aside and just kind of makes eye contact with all of you once you're in the other room and just says, "I think we've all noticed, yes?"
Yes.
They do not seem to be themselves. At all.
I have a spell that I had been hoping to use on Strahd. It is a modified version of a spell known as the Magic Circle. It takes me 10 minutes to cast it. But it will create a 20-foot circle that if we can contain Rockjaw and Zia within it, if they are, in fact, as I think we all believe, infected with evil, they will be unable to leave the circle while the spell is active. And we can perhaps discuss with them the current situation, and there's a chance that they may be able to reject this darkness from them, undo what's been done to them. It will require...
If you do this, will you still be able to use it for Strahd later?
I can cast the ordinary version of the spell with a simple 3rd level spell slot. This is a special version that requires an artifact that will be consumed if I cast it. We do not necessarily need it for Strahd. In fact, the nature of this modification is that it requires the being caught within it. It is able to peel back layers of darkness and reach the original soul at the heart of the individual. And that soul has to make a choice. If they choose to keep the evil that they have accumulated, then there's nothing the spell can do to force it away from them. But if they do choose to reject it, it can clear it from them. But I have come to believe, the more we've learned about Strahd, that he was a monster even before becoming a vampire.
Agreed. So you know Zia best. Do you think he would reject this evil?
I would like to think so. He
Not-
was standoffish at times, but you, even in the time that we've joined your mission, you saw he was cautious. He was careful. This is not
Extremely.
the man that we see now.
And I'm not sure any of us knows Rockjaw more than the other. But I do think that if presented with the idea that this is evil, he would reject it no matter how much he's on a... It seems like he's on this quest to learn.
Well, perhaps. I know that Honor made a good point in observing that he was reverential of the animal statues before accepting a gift and then destroyed them afterward.
Yeah, that's true. Our Rockjaw would never do that. I can't believe I called him our Rockjaw. Well, I guess he is now.
But there is one other element to consider here, Shadow. Casimir is determined to find one of these gifts and accept it.
Because he thinks that's what's going to restore his sister.
Mm-hmm.
I've been thinking about this also. And the way that I've learned information didn't let me put it in perspective. But I've been thinking, and something's been tickling at the back of my brain. Casimir's sister, she wanted to marry Strahd, and Strahd wanted to marry her.
Just as a reminder, this is
Yeah.
news to everyone but you.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Never mind.
So shock.
Everyone else knew. Strahd killed all the women and children. He wants his
Yep,
sister back because she's the smart one that can provide hope for the people and so on.
Gotcha. Dang it. I can't share this information then. Sorry about that. See, it's been a little while.
That's all right.
Hmm.
So she would not have mentioned that then, or
No, she would not have. Sorry. That's out of character incompetence. Now, this is more out of character. Casimir felt that if he could restore his sister, could he restore all the people, or just his sister?
no? Well, his sister is certainly who he seems focused on, and he hasn't mentioned it in a while. But he said that he received visions of her, and that her spirit was basically sorry, that she recognized what she had done was wrong, and that she, if he restored her, that she would be essentially freed from that twisted desire.
Okay, so he's like had contact with her soul, kind of.
That's what he says.
Yeah. This is a conundrum because we want to help Casimir get his sister back, but if he accepts one of these gifts, does he become evil?
We don't know if it's a guarantee, but the two we've seen accept gifts so far both
Yeah.
seem to have changed.
And then if we use this spell on him afterwards,
If the
his sister
person
would die again.
Yes.
Yeah.
If we wait to use the spell, the other aspect is I don't know the logistics of whatever this magical gift might be. Would he not have to travel to her remains?
Perhaps. Yeah.
That's supposing that this supposed gift even exists at all. From what we've seen, I don't think that it would.
Yeah.
Not in a place like this, because that would not... I can understand raising the dead might be considered evil, but that's necromancy. I don't think that's what he's after. So I don't think that he's going to find the means to resurrect his sister here.
But if he does, it's basically we're trading Casimir for his sister. Because we'll lose the Casimir we know.
Mhm.
My only thought is perhaps by witnessing this spell and seeing Zia and Rockjaw go through this, it might make a bit more of an informed choice for Casimir. I can't choose for him. But hopefully we can give him the tools to make the right choice.
So, as I mentioned,
I say go with it.
I can cast it once. Do we want to go ahead and do this now? If we do, we can perhaps reconvene with the group to decide if we wish to continue exploring the temple or any other treasures that there may be. But she kind of makes eye contact with Ismark, and he just kind of says, the wedding's supposed to be tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. And without Rockjaw's fast travel, I don't know that we would be able to make it in time, even if we left now and traveled overnight.
Yeah.
Esmeralda just says, it may be that they, even changed as they are, would still be committed to destroying Strahd, but I don't know that they would any longer be trustworthy.
Agreed. I think the more evil they get, the closer they get to Strahd.
Or the more vulnerable they'd be to Strahd.
Yeah.
Certainly, Strahd has many things with which he could bribe someone prone to such temptations.
Okay.
It seems like they are power hungry. Any more power, I mean, and that's all he has to do is offer them some power.
Then, do you propose I should cast the spell as soon as possible then?
I think so.
I will need your
Yeah.
help. It will take me 10 minutes to begin the casting, and once I begin it, it must appear where I have begun the casting. I will need your help to ensure that both Rockjaw and Zia are within the circle when I bring the spell
We need to
completion.
convince them that you're doing a buff. That it's a spell to help. So if we were to stand in the circle, we would be fine as well?
Yes. Anyone who is not touched by darkness will find that they can leave the circle at will.
Excellent. So, that's what we need to do. We need to convince them that that this is a spell that's going to boost all of our strengths.
Zia may be difficult to persuade. He knows my abilities.
Perhaps this is something we can tell them that you found in the temple.
Perhaps I do have a spell known as clairvoyance. It is designed for, say, looking ahead into another room. I could... That also takes 10 minutes to cast. I could claim, before we move into the next room from where they are clearing out the skulls, I could claim that I will look ahead to see what is there, and instead be casting the magic circle.
We could try it.
Are there any exits out of that room? As far as I can, as I can see, admittedly, I've never been in that room, but there's just the one, and you have to cross back and forth over the crumbling balcony to get out.
From within that room, there's a small alcove that appears to have nothing but a narrow slit looking out over the main hall. But there is the secret door that leads into where the skulls are. I don't know what else might be in there, or through there.
Okay.
But it sounds then that we have a plan?
I think so.
Yes.
Very well. Alright. So, I'll say in the meantime, while that conversation was happening, Zia, Rockjaw, Casimir, Pavel, you guys are clearing out a lot of skulls. Now, fortunately, these are like old, dry skulls. They're not, gross or slimy or anything. But it was literally like, it's not even obvious. It must have taken magic to get them stacked in there that way to begin with. But as you have now cleared them away, what is revealed is this 10-foot square by 10-foot square room that actually, let me get the actual description here. Once you have cleared it a little bit, you realize attached to the 30-foot high ceiling of this dark sepulcher is an upside-down iron chest with a barrel-shaped lid stuck to the ceiling.
Oh, nice. More skulls.
A chest on the top. What fool is this? Absentmindedly, instead of chewing on walnuts at this point, just taking the skull and crushing it methodically in his hand.
You can do it with that fire giant strength. Oh, that reminds me, just briefly, we can summarize the dark gifts that had been accepted last time. Rockjaw accepted a gift that gave him the strength of a fire giant, which is 25, for 10 days. And also a gift that gave him plus 30 to his hit point max. And a gift that gave him basically these, I think it's the benefits of like a ring of evasion. Do you have it written down? I can look it back up.
I do remember that when I got the additional hit points,
Okay.
The surface of my skin became hairy with this
Yeah.
oily, greasy, almost blood-like hair.
Right. Let's see. I don't have it searchable in the way I would have liked. Okay, well, so in the meantime, while I look that up, Zia accepted a gift of Zelbun, Star of Ice and Hate, which gave him the ability to cast the Cone of Cold spell 7 times in resistance to cold. And he also took Gift of Norgana's Finger of Oblivion, which lets him cast the spell Finger of Death 3 times.
There's also Von the Evasive, which was proof against detection for 10
That's
days,
okay. So
and Ring of
you
Evasion.
took that one. That I just wrote it down wrong. That it
Yeah.
was Rockjaw. So you took that one. Yeah. Okay. And there was a handful of others that you listened to the pitch and decided you didn't care about what they had. But that's what you took. And so when you took, the only visible sign that Zia had is that his complexion became a little darker, a little sort of slightly greenish. Not green tinted like a half orc, but just like sort of unhealthy looking.
And they also noticed a sudden phobia of fire.
Yeah, he definitely, when there were some fire spells going around during the combat last time, he freaked out. Freak out.
Okay.
That's a different subject.
In the interest of, I've been listening to the ways that you're talking about convincing Zia to do this, and you're going about it all wrong.
Okay.
Because he's going to see through this stuff and know that you're lying. Because he's pretty skilled that way. The way to get him to do it is to go through the phobia. And it's like, and to tell him that the phobia is a weakness and that they can help him get rid of it, that would be high on his list.
Okay. Well, let's roleplay that then. I mean, because they've made a plan.
I know, but I'm trying to short circuit that because the minute he realizes that they're lying to him, then the next thing is going to seem like a lie. And I'm trying to, I'm giving you guys the insight.
Yeah, I mean, I'll let you guys kind of decide how, because we're doing a little bit of meta fussing here anyway.
Right.
But
Okay.
but I mean, like they may have noticed that you're suddenly acting a little weird around fire, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they fully understand that you would specifically be motivated by wanting to get rid of a new phobia of fire.
Okay. All right.
You could talk to Zia and figure that out, maybe. It's not quite as overt.
Okay.
Well, and then Esmeralda, regardless, let's see. I think she's got pretty good deception skill. So how about this? She's going to go in and propose that she is going to cast the clairvoyance spell, and if they could all be just a little bit quiet. All the way. And if you want, for the sake of your character, you can do an insight roll to compete against her deception check to see how that goes.
Yeah.
She rolls gets a 22. He is distracted by his lust for power and by moving skulls.
That's so. Yeah. All right.
Quiet, huh? I'm currently pounding my hands in the wall to make handholds to climb it.
Okay. To climb up the wall.
Yeah, there's a thing up there.
Yeah. So first of all, I would say ordinarily, if not for having fire giant strength, I would say that the stone is too tough for that. But with a strength of 25, I'll say that yeah. So you're working on that. And Esmeralda's going to kind of sort of nod to, everybody to, just kind of let them be where they're going to be. So she begins casting the spell. She is relying on. What would Zia be doing during this time? With the impression that he believes that what she's doing.
Well, he's
like he might be saying like that would be, divination is the thing that he does, so being interested in wanting to know what's over there but not having to use his own spell slot for it.
Yeah, I mean he's perfectly willing to let other people do this stuff. I think he'd be positioning himself under the chest so that when Rockjaw rips it open, he can grab stuff that falls out.
Okay, so maybe
even like set up hold out his cloak.
Okay, so maybe it works out just as well to have that you guys are sort of kind of clustered around there. Casimir also sort of interested. He's the one that's like eager to keep pushing through until they find the one he wants. Yeah. So Pavel, you were left out of that conversation just because you're new and Esmeralda doesn't know if she can trust you.
Right.
But what would you be doing?
Right now, I guess I am just looking up that chest, trying to figure out what, if anything, I can do to find out what's in there. And right now, I'm not sure.
All right. Yeah. I'll just go ahead and let you guys know that basically, if you want to make a perception check, what you see is a chest stuck to the ceiling, and there's really nothing else to be seen about it from outside. But in the meantime, the 10 minutes elapses, and Esmeralda, traces out a few last little sigils. Ah! And all of a sudden, around this whole little area, let me draw a shape. Let's see. Oops, that's not a circle. A circle of radiant light erupts, bordering this small little sepulchre that you two are in, and I would say that you both immediately feel a wave of magical energy go over you, and you realize you're now standing inside of a magical circle effect. Zia, you may actually recognize the spell.
Okay.
There's a trap on this stupid chest.
Now, does Pavel feel this too?
I think, were you like in that room?
Well, I was helping clear the skulls.
Okay.
So I would say yes.
Well, I would say if you're in that little room, then sure. So you definitely also feel it go up around you.
And I start looking around to see if I can identify the source of whatever it is I'm feeling right now.
Well, so I would say as soon as you look back out through the door, Esmeralda's looking in at the three of you with an expression that you guys are fairly confident she doesn't have to explain that
we
exchange
knowing glances.
Yeah.
It's clearly the chest.
And I rolled an 8 on my Arcana, so that's
Zia?
Yes.
Those dark gifts you've accepted have changed you.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you to reject those gifts. My spell will help you to do so. I would say, so I don't know if Rockjaw is even trying, but certainly, Zia, if you tried to make any move to leave this circle, you would find yourself magically repelled.
I can almost reach the chest.
The spell is going to make him lose his balance, is it?
No, I'm wondering, is the spell like a bubble so he can't reach the chest?
It's actually like, it's a cylindrical shape. Let me, it is Oh, it's 20 feet tall, so basically it's too short for you to get to it. It has a ceiling on it, Rockjaw. You can't get to the chest.
Damn traps.
20-foot tall, 10
One of you
foot
get rid of
radius.
this stupid trap.
Popple is now wondering if there's any way he can get out of the trap before Rockjaw goes nuts and starts.
Well, no, I think you're hearing what Esmeralda said to Zia, which is to say, just this spell is a magic circle, and only evil creatures are imprisoned inside. If you would like to try to convince me that you are not evil, all you have to do is step out of the circle.
Pavel beats a hasty retreat.
And he is able to leave the circle without an issue.
I walk confidently to the door. What is this trap? I beat on it. An invisible wall.
Yeah.
What is this?
It is a magic circle. It imprisons evil creatures inside. I just said so.
And if I reject the gifts, I will also no longer be afraid of fire.
You're afraid of fire? Since when?
Afraid of fire?
You did
Yes.
react to the fireball below.
You have seen it.
That's like his favorite spell.
Very well. I reject.
So, what you must do, focus on the mental connection you made with each of the dark powers whose gifts you accepted, and reject them. And, we don't have to narrate necessarily that happening, but I would say Zia probably looks uncomfortable for a little bit, and then after a little bit sort of doubles over and vomits up what looks just like black tar. It sort of sizzles, but then disappears on the stone floor. And as it does, Zia, you definitely feel those gifts fade away from your abilities, but you also it's like you had just gotten used to studying in a dark room, as the light slowly faded, and you didn't really recognize how dark it was, but then someone turns on the light and you just suddenly realize, oh, this heavy evil had just burdened itself on you, but now it's gone.
You must leave here immediately.
You look less green.
Try leaving the circle first and we'll see.
First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that damn staff and break it in half.
I think you would probably find it difficult to break it.
Well,
Need a hand.
it has one charge left. And one of the ways to destroy it is to use up all the charges.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, let me look up exactly what its powers are. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think the...
Fog Cloud, it costs one charge.
Okay. You could cast it out into the big room or something.
Yeah, I will cast that as far away as I can see, cause as little problem as possible. But unfortunately, it only destroys the staff on a 1 on a d20.
Right.
But that's one way to do it.
Well, certainly, if you've cast the final charge, it can't be used again today at any rate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can do the
And,
roll if you want to try. You cast the final charge, and I would say you don't even have to cast it out anywhere. You can just kind of immediately dissipate it. And so you
I
feel,
can destroy it, but
so you feel that the staff has been depleted of its magic. But what I would also just tell you is that what I'll say is, you know what? Actually, here's what I'll retcon is that your attunement with it has been broken, and
Okay.
so that the flaw that it gave you has been lifted as well.
okay.
But you can't use the staff again without reattuning it, and you definitely get the incense that reattuning would be like accepting it again voluntarily.
Okay. Well, then I'm just going to leave it here.
Okay.
Um, this seems as likely a place as any to keep it from getting into the wrong hands.
So if you try, you are able to leave the circle now.
Yeah. All right, it's your turn, Rakja.
My turn to
Gifts.
what?
You have been
To
tainted.
reject evil.
I have been given gifts. I have been made stronger and tougher. I can face Strahd and his army with one hand, although I'll probably use two.
You've turned your back on the lessons you learned.
I remember them, the lesser creatures and their lessons. But there are bigger stories, bigger things to be taught. I won't waste my time with smaller things.
You will not be able
Gotcha.
to leave that circle while it is up unless you reject the gifts.
I am patient. That I learned from a bear.
Rockjaw, when we met you, you were all about creatures and your love for animals, but we've witnessed you destroy figurines dedicated to animals that you used to revere. I worry that if you were to meet a bear, the bear would not find you a friend anymore. Do you really want to live your life without being friends with bears and all other creatures?
Any creature that can face me is strong enough to be my ally.
But if you are far stronger than they, would they not think that you are their attacker? That they are just prey to you?
I do not need to prey on them. They are nothing.
Exactly. You didn't
Bigger
used to think
animals
that they were
now.
nothing.
I have learned what I could from them. They are beneath me now. My past.
The Rockjaw I knew, or thought I knew, was all about upholding what is good and smiting any evil that he met, to the point that you wanted to try to kill Strahd before we had the strength to do so. But now
I
you
do.
seem much more consumed with the idea of power. If you...
I have seen things that Strahd and his other minions and other things have done. I will not be weak against them or anyone else. I have the strength I need now. I can find Jessica and remove her from whatever prison she's in. Her parents be damned. I can face Strahd and remove him from whatever power he has.
Do
You
you
would want
still
me to
think
turn my
yourself to be a
back on
good
this?
man?
Sorry, I missed that.
Do you still think of yourself as a good man?
No one ever saw me as such.
No.
Maybe
How
they
did
were
you
right.
see yourself?
Just as a little bit of meta detail, I think when you ask that question, Esmeralda turns to Ismark and goes, sorry, sorry, I don't want to interrupt you guys. It's good roleplay.
People do not judge the animals for being good or evil, just powerful. They take what they need, they fight what they have to, and they kill what they must. That
King?
lesson I also learned.
I'm not asking what others think of you. I'm asking, what do you think of you? What did you think of you?
I have learned a lesson that I did not expect. A lesson that has given me power I did not expect. It was a good lesson.
But did it make you good?
It made me better. That's good enough.
I thought I saw you as a good person, and that there was wholly good in you. That there was this pureness about you. And I have a very hard time believing that you're willing to accept the life as an evil soul. Because if you weren't evil, you'd be able to leave.
Your mistakes are not my problem. What I wanted, what I have always wanted, is to exact the revenge I need to tear down the ruler of this foul place, to find Jessica and restore her to my side. That has never changed.
So Shadow turns to Esmeralda and says, "It seems the spell is not revealing his true self, or that his true self was this."
Or, at the very least, his soul was always susceptible to a desire for power. Perhaps that is the motivation he had for seeking out these lessons. But we cannot fully rule out that the dark powers have corrupted him. It is his own moral weaknesses that maybe have left him vulnerable, but it is the dark powers that have overtaken him. And so I think that we can still mourn for the Rockjaw we knew, while we must make a decision about the Rockjaw we have now. I can keep the magic circle in place for another 45 minutes.
Shadow
And
throws
I
up
believe our
Right.
best is to get as far away as possible in those 45 minutes.
Zia, before you run, is there anything
Running is
that
a
you...
good idea in many situations.
Yes, I understand that. But before you do this, is there anything that you think you could say to Rockjaw? I mean, having had been through this and knowing the pull on your soul?
What brought me back from that was what was inside me, not what anyone said to me. If he has the opportunity to purify himself and will not take it, then he is there is no hope. I have nothing to say. I have lost all respect for him. He is weak because he has given in to this lust.
I would think Casimir has kind of been sort of conspicuously not saying anything throughout all of this, kind of looking very wary.
Well, there's another conversation to have with Casimir.
And then I think Adrian might just say, well, you know, how evil is he? I mean, it seems like he does still want to fight Strahd. Do we just leave him here?
We cannot trust him.
I worry that when we go against Strahd can offer Rockjaw more power to turn him against us.
It would have worked on me.
Remove this magic prison if you do not wish to make an enemy of me. If you want to be my enemy, then so be it. We have common goals, and you are useful to those ends.
And if Strahd offered you more power, permanent power, not just 10 days,
Strahd will offer me permanent power, and I will take from him whatever power I wish.
and then you will be his,
No,
a puppet.
he will be gone. I will rend him limb from limb.
You don't understand. You can't take gifts from someone and then destroy them.
I will
not how
take
it
his
works.
power as I took these antlers from the elk that I learned from, these teeth from the bear that I learned from. I will take my prizes from him, But he is an enemy of mine.
I believe that you believe that, but I don't think that's the case. I think he's going to give you that power, and all you're going to see is how much more power you want, and you will join forces with the one who gives you that power.
You are mistaken, weak and foolish.
On the contrary, I think we're being wise and strong. Stay here.
I will do what I need to destroy Strahd. I can do it with you, or I can do it without you if I need to. Your magics are strong, I'll grant you that. And they would be useful in the fight against Strahd. But my arm is stronger than any of yours. I will strike him down.
I think at this point, Casimir is going to start, like he's been kind of keeping it in for a little while, trying to get a sense of what's happening. But at this point, I think he's just going to say, Strahd is unambiguously evil and a monster and has done unspeakable things. We must do whatever it takes to destroy him. That's why we came here, is to find power that could destroy him. Now, perhaps Rockjaw has changed from what he was, but he's still a tool that we can use. If we need to be careful with him, then we be careful. But are you speaking of leaving before fully exploring this temple? That's what we came here to find power.
The price is too high.
What price have you paid? I have paid the price already.
Is what I did. Thanks to Esmeralda. If it was not for her, I would have descended into madness. No, I am leaving. I am leaving. You may accompany me if you wish, but I am leaving.
I think Casimir is going to turn to Shadow and just say, I've spent the last 100 years desperate to find a way into this temple, with allies that could protect me while I search for the power I need to bring our people back. And now we're just going to leave? March into Strahd's arms without any weapons at all?
Casimir, may I speak with you a moment? Privately.
Of course.
Yeah. Honor's going with Zia, because she does not like this place, and she wants out, now.
Alright, so maybe Honor and, Casimir and Shadow can kind of go into this little alcove here.
Okay.
And Pavel is just going to find a spot against the wall and pray to the goddess for guidance.
I think Esmeralda would probably just pull Zia's shoulder and just say, I'm with you that we should leave. But I think we should leave as a group if possible.
So, Casimir, I've been thinking about this, and there's a couple of things going through my mind. One, if we bring back your sister, do you think it would bring back everyone? All the people? Or just her?
I don't know what the power will offer me. If it offers me the ability to bring back them all, then I will. But if it brings me the opportunity to bring back one, then it's her.
If it brought you the opportunity to bring back everyone but her, or just her?
Well, if it was... I can't imagine that it would present such a choice.
This is a sick and twisted world, Barovia.
I could cross that bridge if we came to it.
One of the things that we've learned is that spirits can't leave this area, this world.
Indeed, that is how I know that my sister is still present, unable to leave, unable to move on. This is why she is desperate to be restored to life.
I worry that your sister's spirit may actually be in another body right now.
That's
that
impossible.
if you
She
raise
speaks
her-
to me. She speaks to me. She has contacted me. I know that she is still lost in the spirit form and must be restored to her body.
Okay. Well, that's a hope. The other question is, if you raise your sister and we lose you to evil, what then? Do I then have to console your sister because I've had to slay you? Is that something you're willing to accept?
Console her with the knowledge that I made that choice voluntarily. That I was willing to give my life for hers.
And you were willing to give your soul over to evil?
If that's what it takes.
That's what's going to happen.
We don't know that for
You've
sure.
You've seen what happens when people accept gifts from this temple. They become evil. If they were not evil, they wouldn't be trapped in that circle.
It happened to short-lived mortal creatures, humans and half-orcs. I've been alive for centuries. I have centuries of memory to rely on, personality. I can overcome this. And if not, then at least she will be alive.
I don't think that you can overcome it. And I worry for your spirit. But I can't make this choice for you. I'm giving you all of the evidence, and I'm hoping that you can make the correct choice.
So if we were to leave here without this power, what is the plan then?
I don't know.
Do you think we have the tools to defeat Strahd now as we are?
We are missing one thing.
This other artifact Madame Ava spoke of?
Yes. Let us rejoin the group.
I thought
Casimir, I want you to know. I don't want to lose your spirit, but if it goes, I can't protect you.
I don't wish to lose my spirit either.
Make good choices. And Shadow rejoins the group.
While you cower in fear at me, imagine what you will face with Strahd. You are stronger with me at your side, and I can help you. You have gifts I do not yet possess. And
You're not going to kill us
probably
for them,
never
are you?
Possess. I have no reason to kill you.
Well, you said we have gifts
Yet.
you don't possess. That seems to be how you learn things.
There are things I will probably never learn. You could teach me, I suppose, if you are not afraid. But I do not have that time.
We are lacking one item before we can defeat Strahd. There is a relic we need to find.
Perhaps it is
Zia
in
and
this
Esmeralda may
box.
want to run. But I don't see us surviving or succeeding without that relic.
Then let us find it.
I know we're on a timetable.
Esmeralda, I think, has been maybe trying to go back and forth a little bit, trying to keep the group together. But I think Esmeralda would just say, "Don't misunderstand me. I propose we leave this place, not that we abandon our quest to defeat Strahd."
Excellent.
Can we defeat Strahd if we leave here without finding that relic?
What gives you the impression that it's here?
I kind of thought the clues were leading us here, but now I'm not so sure.
So, a reminder, because it's been a while.
Yeah.
You have been told that it is in a crypt, and that there are crypts in the catacombs beneath Castle Ravenloft.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Why did I think it was here?
You jumped to a conclusion.
We made an assumption. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the problem with having everything so stretched out over time.
Well, there are also crypts here, but you have not been given any clues leading you here for that. The reason you came here is because Casimir wanted to go, and he said that there would potentially be other magical tools to use.
Gotcha. And all the clues for Vargenholter, whatever the dragon's name is also in the crypt under Ravenloft.
Correct.
Am I right?
Yeah.
All right.
So I think maybe Casimir comes back out and just says, I do not believe myself capable of pursuing this power that I sought without my allies. And I do share your desire to defeat Strahd.
Good.
If it is all of your wish to do that first, then perhaps my sister can come after.
Then let us go defeat him. And let's not stand around wasting time.
I'm of the mind, as much as it pains me, to allow Rockjaw to come with us.
Finally, someone speaks sense.
Is that wise?
Perhaps not. But we have two of the things that we need to defeat Strahd, and perhaps having a bulldozer with us, which is essentially what Rockjaw has become. Nobody knows what a bulldozer is in this world. A hurricane
Bull, that's
power.
kind of sleepy and
Yeah.
Might be helpful in obtaining the next relic, and if we have to defeat him,
Esmeralda
I'm just hoping
said it would not be the first time that I allied with the lesser evil to defeat a greater one.
Very well, but if I get any hint, Rockjaw, that you are turning on us, you'll feel the force of my magic.
So you would turn on me first, then? I accept your terms.
Only if forced.
I love that. It's like, so you turn on me first. Okay. Makes sense.
I would test my mettle against yours, if it came to that. Let us both hope it does not.
Indeed, I share that hope.
Shall we dispense of this foolish spell?
Esmeralda is kind of looking around at the group and just kind of saying, I will allow the rest of you to agree.
I shrug.
Honor?
We're all. I'm with Zia right now.
I was kind of assuming that you guys had not just kind of wandered off by yourself in this extremely dangerous location.
Well, that's why I wandered off with Zia. Magic.
Yeah, but
Crossbow?
Esmeralda grabbed Zia by the arm.
So if you guys were literally just walking out, then we need to resolve the two of you going off all by yourselves into who knows where. Is that the plan then? That you guys were not present for any of that?
That's what I had.
Well, even if Esmeralda had kind of grabbed you and tried to convince you to wait. I mean, if that's the answer, then okay. I'm just saying that it's you guys are.
You know, I have been in the place where he is, no, I don't trust him in the slightest.
Okay.
So,
well, but there's a difference between not trusting him and walking off by yourself in a place like this. So I'm just saying.
Well, we've also like, okay, first of all, I trust my ability to run back if something attacks me, and second of all, we've cleared a great deal of this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I mean, are you guys like walking all the way outside? I mean, is that what you're doing?
Because you're rolling for initiative if you have.
At least as far as the room with the barbarians.
Okay, so we'll say you guys made your way there. So I mean, but I think the problem is that just leaves everyone else in a situation of they don't know, they can't converse with you. They have to like follow you down the hallway.
Yeah. Uh huh.
They left.
And that's
I say we
that
decide for
felt
them.
like we have kind of wanted to put them in that situation.
Okay, well, you know what? Esmeralda is going to release Rockjaw
Yep.
and release the spell, and she's going to basically, if they go back out and meet up, she's going to say, you abandoned your right to participate in that conversation.
I made my point in that conversation perfectly clear.
I do, just for a little bit of fun. Make a fainting motion towards Esmeralda. Never do that again.
Not even a flinch.
I like you.
I'm afraid it's
Now.
not mutual.
Who can open this stupid chest?
Oh, boy.
I think Ismark is like, who cares? Let's leave.
You wanted tools. Someone hid this for a
Yep.
reason.
Rockjaw, didn't you want to fight Strahd?
It's right here. I've learned that while I like my great axe, some things don't respond to it the way I like.
The magic circle is gone now, so you could finish climbing up if you wanted to.
If they're not going to join me, I will.
All right. So what are the rest of you doing while he continues climbing back up towards that chest?
I'm gonna just keep a safe distance.
Yeah, I'm thinking standing by the exit to the room.
Okay.
I'm going to try to jump so I can grab the edges of the chest.
Okay. So we'll say
Where is the actual exit? I'm sorry.
it's that's there,
Okay.
and then you have to hop over the broken balcony.
Can't that dude on the statue like kill us then?
Hmm?
The dude on the statue kill us if we're there?
When you went through the last time, nothing happened. But
Oh, okay.
you
Thank
also
you.
went past the gap on the lower level several times before it was
Gotcha.
revealed that he could actually still cast spells at you there.
Okay.
Goody. So make an athletics check, Rockjaw, to try to jump from where you had already climbed to the chest.
I think I made it.
Yep. So
28 for those of you listening to the audio
you have
version.
gripped, and you are now like hanging by this upside down chest that appears to be fairly solidly attached to the ceiling.
Can I hold on with one hand and open the chest?
You can. As you open it, it appears to be lined with lead, and it is empty. And as you look down, you realize that the floor of this room has disappeared and now descends another 30 feet into the level below.
Traps. I hate traps. I punch upward at the lead and see if there's anything in it at all. Nah. Can I close the lid?
I mean, you can try. Yeah, you can close it if you want.
I give it a try.
Closed it.
Yep. Floor still missing?
Yep.
Got a bad feeling about this.
It's not that deep.
But I will try to swing for the door.
Yeah. I'm gonna make this acrobatics because it's a weird sort of angle.
Yep. And let's see. Nothing of that makes any difference. So, yeah. It's just going to be straight up acrobatics rolls. This is probably going to be a lot worse.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
You are not able to grab the lip, so you drop, because you're dropping 30 feet, first of all, just to get to the level that you entered the room on. And you are not able to successfully grab the lip, so you're going to fall another 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
That's gotta hurt.
Oh, yeah. You
You're
hear a
going to
lot of
take
swearing.
18 bludgeoning damage from the fall.
Okay. And then,
And then, let me move you over to this other room. So, where you landed. Just as a note, I had some of your tokens on this floor from the last time you were on this level, but the rest of you are not actually still there. So, let's see, only, where's my, there we go. So Rockjaw, you have just landed Kathunk in that room.
A lot of swearing on the way down.
I think, yeah, so I think the rest of you who are in that room definitely kind of sort of watched that whole thing happen. As you land in that room, the amber doors that once sealed this great stone room have been smashed, their pieces lying amid crushed bones, armor, and weapons. And I'm going to need you to roll initiative.
Looks like you didn't have to save him after all.
Well, so it is definitely kind of a question for the rest of you as far as how you want to approach.
I do have advantage on this. I'll just be able to select
With your strength bonus, what do you got? Like 100 hit points or something?
If I was fully healed, 123.
But you weren't.
But I wasn't. Been wanting to rest for a while.
Okay. Let's see. So,
And he's fresh out of rage, too.
yeah.
Not fresh. It's been a couple of sessions.
So, I'll go ahead and... So, I guess here's a question. Yeah, you know what? Let's just go ahead and have everybody roll for initiative here.
Oh, everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on, Brady.
You might want to reset the turn order thing.
Yeah.
I can't.
Before it gets all out of...
Yeah, and I can't click on my guy because you've
Just-
changed maps.
Yeah. Ugh. You know what? Never mind. We're going to do soft initiative here. So let's say first, those of you who are in the room there, what was your reaction to seeing Rockjaw fall?
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, I was gonna say holy.
I've moved closer to the opening of the room, and I'm just kind of peering down, but I'm still trying to keep a safe distance.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I would imagine.
So
you
at
can
the moment, I am observing.
Okay. So what was your initial? So 11 is what it ended up at.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just see what they get. Okay, so as you're lying there on the ground, four different objects from the room, like a candlestick, a broken shield, a chunk of table, and a chunk of chair, all sort of throw themselves across the room at you. Wow, 3 19s and a 14.
Those are 3 hits. Those are 3 hits. Or
Yeah.
4 hits.
The 14?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My AC is 14.
Okay. So that's 6 plus 8, 14, 17, 22 bludgeoning damage.
That makes the math easier, but it doesn't make him much happier.
Okay, so I think what you would see, Shadow, is that something is throwing things at Rockjaw. So he landed sort of, and then he is definitely being attacked.
Didn't we have something like this in an upstairs room where there was like a bedroom or something that things were flying around?
Yeah, you did encounter a similar situation in another room. It was on the lower level, but it was in a bedroom in another area. But it's very similar. Yeah.
All right.
And you fought it last time just by slashing around wildly.
Yeah.
But also this time you got 4 things flying at you all at once.
Oh, this is when we all ran one way and he ran the other way.
I
think
don't-
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you actually landed here on the map.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it is your turn now. It seems like no one else is taking any immediate action.
So hang on. Yeah,
Okay.
Shadow is just basically calling out what she sees. He's being attacked by furniture, so there's something I can't quite see throwing them at him. And Casimir kind of nudges his way in and pushes past Shadow, because I think Casimir is the only one who actually thinks Rockjaw is a strong ally, because he's okay with being evil apparently.
He's okay. He's pragmatic, is what
Yeah.
he is.
He is pragmatic and I don't know what he can do to help though. He's just cheering for him then. Because I don't know what he can do to help.
Okay, Rockjaw. You are prone. You landed prone, and you just got
Right.
beat up all to hell by a bunch of furniture.
Yeah, I hate that part. I want to be really angry, but I can't. Let's see. Well, I think it's time to destroy some furniture again, I guess.
Okay.
There's nothing motion or around me. Like, there's nothing I can see. It's...
So you know what? I'll go ahead and I'll reveal the little tokens for them, but they are invisible. So I'll say you can go to where you saw the furniture lift up and come from, but you're attacking with disadvantage because they're invisible.
Just point of clarification. So we're in the level up above him. How far away is the room where he is from?
So he is essentially 30 feet below where he was, where that room with the first of all, let me I'm on the wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, I take your doppelganger selves off. Because you guys are actually up on the upper level. So basically, you guys don't actually, so the only way, let me shift back to the map that you guys are on, just so you kind of make sure you have the lay of the land here.
One note, Christiana.
Yeah?
I can't control Adrian because I don't see that map, so you'll have to control Adrian for
Okay,
this
that's fine.
if he's going to do anything.
I think Adrian has been probably sticking close to Esmeralda. And everyone was pretty wary of you too, so I'm not sure you have a lot of support right now.
No, I just purely mechanical. I can't control him and do anything. So
Yeah. Okay.
Basically, Casimir, because now he's watching, he's gonna wait for the phantoms to do something, and then he can try like a firebolt or something. But he has no idea where anyone is.
Do I know where this room is?
Well, you fell straight down. I mean,
right.
But so
and we created a barrier there.
Just
at one
just
point.
a moment. So let me show you. So this is the upper level map where you guys are. He just fell through right here.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that directly outside this room is the balcony that's broken. So presumably you could jump down to the next level from there if you didn't want to just jump down the same hole that he fell through. And then there was also, if you go down this hallway, there were the stairs here. Stairs in that west wall. And then so on the lower level... see, I just realized I was pointing at things on the upper level when I had switched you guys all to the lower level map. So, on the upper level, you guys were all in that one room, and you know that there's the hole that he just fell through right here.
Yep.
There's the broken balcony right here, and the stairs down here. Those are the three ways to get to the lower level from, the three closest ways to you guys.
Okay, and the lower level where he is 30 feet below where we're standing right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and guess that there is something supernatural chucking all this furniture at him.
That would be a good guess. You didn't actually see it. You just heard
Furniture may
what
just
Shadow
not like
said.
me. It would be like a couch that I sat on once and spoken to other shells and tables.
Well,
and things.
let's let Rockjaw have his turn first here.
Okay.
So Rockjaw, what are you doing? I'll let you basically rush and attack where you saw some of the furniture come from if you want.
Well, that was one strategy, but I've got another idea.
That
still
wall of
have,
ice would be gone by now because its duration's only 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, okay.
The wall of ice would be gone.
All right.
Okay. Well, I'm going to move. I got my, 5, 10, 15, 20 should get me there. So I've got some cover from that room.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go defensive. I draw out my great axe. Wave it in front of me to be wary of anything that might come close.
Okay. So now, Pavel, did you want to take some action?
Yes, I'm going to attempt to turn undead.
Okay, what is the range for that?
30 feet, that's why I was asking.
Ah.
That's 30 feet down to the floor.
Yeah.
So is each undead that you can see or hear
can't
within
see
30 feet
them.
of you.
Yeah.
But I can hear them. I can hear them throwing the furniture.
I think it's a real stretch to say you can do it through the floor into another room against undead that you can't see, that you're just
Yeah.
kind of assuming are there.
All I got to survive is one round. Don't worry.
Okay. Then I guess I will start making my way downstairs.
Okay. So you're heading for the
In the interest of time, I guess I will take the broken balcony down.
Okay. So I'll let you make an acrobatics check to counter. So basically, I'm going to roll 3d6 as you drop down, and your acrobatics check will however whatever you roll will subtract from the any damage you would take.
Okay. Oh, jeez. Even my electronic dice hate me.
Okay, so you're still going to take 7 bludgeoning damage dropping down to the floor.
Okay.
So let me put us back on that map, and that's where you drop in.
By the way, in the chat, Mother Dragon did say, at most hotels, you pay extra for flying furniture.
It's okay though. I have Hilton points.
And she also says, now if the dresser was undead, maybe the term would have worked.
Turn furniture. It's a whole different power.
All right.
Yeah, I think you have to be 10th level to get that.
So I have now added you down on this map where you just dropped down from the. And I think landing hard the way you did, that's going to be your turn, and you landed prone.
I would just add, ow.
Okay, is anyone else taking any immediate action?
Nope. They haven't moved again.
All right. So you've got furniture flying at you again. Let's see.
But at least they're at disadvantage.
Actually, one of them, I'm going to actually say 2 of them are going to try to grab you telekinetically. So first, make a charisma check, a charisma saving. No, actually, just charisma check. Wait, no, hang on. Okay, this is a weird roll. The poltergeist makes a charisma check contested by the target's strength check. So
good.
You make 2 strength checks, and they're going to make 2 charisma checks.
What about defensive? Because I went defensive.
This is a different thing. This is a different spell. So that would apply if they throw furniture at you again.
First one, second one.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, you feel like magical forces trying to lift you off your feet, but you were able to hold on in place and avoid it. So 2 more pieces of furniture fly at you.
17 hits.
All right. Yeah, 17 hits. Okay. So that's just 5.
Okay. And 15 hits.
Oh, okay. So the 15 hits too then. All right. So yeah, that's another 9 bludgeoning damage then.
All right.
I think technically speaking, since they're invisible, they would normally be attacking at advantage, but never mind. That's fine. It doesn't build that into their ability, so I won't do that.
Well, advantage then disadvantage from the defensive, so they're
I'll also
rolling
say
even.
that they're throwing furniture at you, and you can see the furniture move. So that's going to be how I justify that they're not rolling at advantage.
All right then.
Okay, so yeah, that's their turn. You're up again.
I saw this fool fall from the other level, right?
Yeah, you probably heard him thump behind you over your shoulder.
I'm going to laugh as I run by him, grab him by his belt, and continue moving.
Okay. You're going to drag him along?
Yep.
I'll say with your strength, it doesn't even slow you down.
Okay.
You just basically just pick him up with one hand, and you're able to just like totally lift him off the ground.
I look up at him and say, "You're welcome."
There. Don't fall next time.
Okay, so you're able to get back around that corner, I'll say. Is anyone else doing anything? Anyone up, Casimir, or... I think at this point, maybe Casimir has come out on the balcony to try to see
Yeah.
what's
Yeah,
happening,
he's
and so he
watching,
would have.
like, all right, they're headed
Yeah.
in that direction,
Yeah.
and I think it might be time to figure out where they're going.
Yep. So I would say the rest of you then could either try to go down the balcony or the stairs. I think Esmeralda and Adrian. Esmeralda's going to send Adrian to go meet up with Zia and Honor,
Okay.
just because she's feels like he's maybe not up for this. And
He also
then
needs-
and then so I would say, are you guys Honor and Zia? Are you waiting in the room with the barbarians?
Yeah.
What is your
the
plan
time being.
exactly? Obviously, you wanted to leave, but you realize that not everybody is following you immediately. So what are you guys up to?
This is the way out. They will be by sooner or later.
If they don't go out the front door.
They won't go out the front door.
Yeah, there's that statue thing. I really hope they come soon and we don't have to go back in and hunt them down.
Christiana, can I see the second floor map for a minute?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
So Pavel's not there because he jumped down.
they ran-
Adrian went to go meet up with the rest of you guys. So I would say if you guys are just hanging out for a little bit, then before long, Adrian will come out and just say, Rockjaw fell onto the lower level and he's fighting something. I'm not sure what we're supposed to do about it.
I'm gonna
If
head
he-
towards
At
these
this point, I
stairs.
do not care if he lives or dies. Actually, I would rather he dies, but I will not interested in doing it myself.
So the rest
Feel
of
lucky
you
that
then...
we won't have to worry about it.
Okay. So are the rest of you going to go down to those stairs maybe to try to see if you can rendezvous?
Yeah. Well, these stairs here, we can get to. There's nothing.
Hang on, I'm just trying to select you. Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
I
yeah.
would recommend the stairs myself.
Yeah. So basically, if you're just going down
Take
this
a
way,
fast route.
then so you basically would come out right here, and so you guys tell me if all you're doing is you're going to regroup and then go back upstairs, then I'm not going to put your tokens in place.
Yeah, I'm just dropping Pavel and running
Okay. Are you running to the stairs?
to the stairs to get back
Okay.
upstairs.
All right. Are you following Pavel?
Yeah, limping slightly, but yes, I'm following.
Okay. So yeah, so I would say if you guys are just kind of regrouping after that, then let's assume that everybody after a few minutes manages to get back out to that room with the barbarians in it.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah, you guys make your way back there, okay. So, Honor and Zia, yep, seems like Rockjaw's taken a few extra blows and he's kind of in rough shape, but he's alive and here he is with everybody else.
He doesn't say anything.
Yeah, Honor's kind of keeping her distance.
I'm just gonna glare daggers at Zia for no particular reason.
Oh, I know the reason. The reason is because it's fun.
That's true.
Pavel
Beaten
says,
up
I'm
and-
okay if anyone's interested.
As beaten up and as torn up as he
Yes.
is, he still looks great. He's very beaten up and very torn up at the moment.
Let's get moving. This has been a fool's errand.
Only fools will turn
Casimir
their backs
kind
on
of
things.
twitches there and he just says, "This is a fool who turns down an offered weapon."
I
We
agree.
learned a lot.
And we did get a chance to kill that one guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's always a plus.
So
Yeah,
there's that.
Casimir just says, yes, that was pretty good.
I'm quite pleased with that one.
Pretty dope, y'all.
Where's Pavel?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Pavel should be here. Let me...
He twisted his ankle.
My default token is tiny for him for some reason.
Pavel Halfling?
It's supposed to be human.
I don't know. There
Yeah.
some humans who are short. So
All right, so you guys, as you seem to have, your new plan is that you are leaving. You know that it is now somewhere in the neighborhood of 7 p.m. on the day before the day where the wedding ceremony will happen at sunset. So the sun is already down outside. The next sunset that happens is when you were told it would, the wedding would be.
okay.
And how far a journey is it to the castle?
Well, it's a ways. So let
Well, I'm
me...
just wondering, do we need to walk through the night here?
Because you
or
have a map and it's presumable that you guys would be discussing this, let's just go ahead and I'll switch us over to the Barovia map and we can talk about it.
Okay.
Because you guys are kind of... By the way, as you guys finally make your way out to that room with the barbarians again, they're still all just looking at you, just kind of like, yep, what did we tell you? That's why we don't go in there.
Which one of us tells them to
This
shut
is
up?
like the worst location.
Yeah. So,
Weak
right
fools.
now, you guys are all the way here, sort of towards the bottom side of the map in the middle. If you haven't zoomed out,
Yep.
right here, you have a long mountain pass to switch back, all the way back to Tselenka Pass. This is where the bridge and the tower where you found the Sun Sword.
Mm-hmm.
More mountain pass, all the way up here. You kind of are up on this cliff above where the winery is, here. And then you get back up to the main road where you could turn left to go to Kresk, or turn right to go to Valaki. If you head through to Valaki, then you would be basically going back up into the hills, past Lake Zarovich, back up, following this road, all the way back up past the windmill, the old bone grinder that you guys encountered so long ago now. Back up through here, through another big gate, at which point you are then going up to Castle Ravenloft, right here. Up on
Wouldn't
its
it be
cliff.
faster to cross country? If we're here and we have to get here, why are we going all the way around there when maybe we can?
because those are
cross-country?
dangerous, steep, snowy mountain passes.
It'll take us a lot longer to go through the snowy mountain passes than...
You would like
To take the
literally
roads.
need climbing gear.
Okay.
Now that's
Like, I
not to
know-
say you always need to follow the road, but certainly
Yeah.
where you are in the mountains right now. Like, for example, Tselenka Pass, the bridge was something like 1,000 feet above the river. But if you climbed down to the river from there, you could follow the river up, where's my little rule show? You could follow the river up like this way, the Luna River.
Mm-hmm.
So you could do that if you felt like that was going to be shorter. But you can travel faster on the road, so it's kind of a wash. Up to you guys, though.
So how long would it take us with Rockjaw's speed on the roads?
Let's see. That's a lot of
Counting.
Yeah. Let's see. 1.3 miles. 4.3. 5.8. 7.3. I'm really fudging here, but okay. Okay, 16. So
Can
I'm
I
gonna
find a shorter path? Because I am familiar with with the Wanderer background. I have an excellent memory for maps and geography.
Yeah. I'm going to say that the only shorter path there would be if you climbed down to the river from the Solenka Pass and then walked along the river. It would be shorter. So it's 17 miles to the to Valaki. And you guys, I'm trying to remember that we haven't done the travel time rules in a while. I think the normal travel time it was saying is like you go 3 miles an hour along the road, I want to say.
Right, so it takes almost 6 hours to get to Valaki.
Yeah, but technically speaking, see, that sounds wrong to me though. That doesn't. But you know what? Here, this is what I'll say. If you guys follow the road, and you have Rockjaw's, fast travel essentially, what I'll say is that you can get to Valaki in 6 hours. That accounts for like the fast travel speed, but also the fact that you're that's if you follow the road, and it's it's very sort of uneven and narrow and steep, and it's not an easy road. So I'll say 6 hours to get to Valaki from where you are, assuming nothing occurs in the meantime. If you go down and try to go through the river, I'll say that would take you 4 hours if nothing happens, but you would be going off road and therefore potentially into more dangerous areas. That you don't know as much. And then from Valaki to the castle, I would say is another 2 hours by road, with Rockjaw's travel.
So we're looking at up to 8 hours, and we got to be there. The wedding is at sunset, but we got to find one more relic, so we need to be there well before then.
Yeah.
I have an idea for getting down to the river quicker.
I'm all ears.
I can transform one of us into a giant raven. We'll use giant eagle stats for that.
Okay.
And it will be strong enough to ferry us down the cliff safely. And quickly.
Isn't there a giant bird or something that already lives in this area? Would we be attracting its attention as well?
I thought that was
conceivable. There was yes, it's a rock. It is much bigger. We would try to stay close to the ground.
Okay.
Now, the only other concern I've got is that those of us who can cast spells could do for a rest.
Oh, that's I cannot do the polymorph without the rest.
I have been taking blows for all of you all day. I need a small amount of shut-eye.
And it will be night, and I would rather not travel at night. If we're going to do a rest, we should do it immediately.
Agree.
Yep.
In the room with the tribes people, I'll walk over to what looks like the most comfortable looking sack on the ground, and I will go to sleep.
All right.
Okay. I am going to go outside. I'm going to go outside and cast Tiny Hut.
Okay.
And
I
will...
think the rule is anyone who's going to be allowed in it has to be in it when you cast it. Is that right, or no?
No, I can name people.
Okay.
But I'm not naming Rockjaw.
All right. Seems like he's okay with that. All right. So we'll say then that you guys go ahead and initiate your long rest at about, like I said, I think it's about 7 p.m.
Yeah.
So if you're doing just basically, you're relying on, do you need to have people awake for watches, or?
I'm not taking a watch as quickly as possible.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think we need to set a watch.
Okay. So that means that...
I'm assuming that Honor is going to ask the barbarians to watch over us and just wake us if anything happens.
Well, they can wake Lockjaw. They're not going to have a way of getting inside the tiny hut.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't block sound, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we'll say then is that you guys all go ahead and get your long rest, and you are technically able to finish your long rest like very early in the morning still, like
Okay.
3 a.m.
Just
And
to note, I have been taking fights all day. I have 11 hit points left.
Yeah, that was pretty close there. You was when you fell into that hole. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
before the rest though, then can I cast something on Rockjaw here? Can I
Great.
Yeah.
cast some cure wounds on him?
I can also cast Cure Wounds, but you go
Yours
first.
might be stronger.
Okay.
Well,
The long rest will heal him entirely.
Long rest, yeah, it heals entirely.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it
Well,
does.
but
Sorry,
you could do it as like a sort of peace offering thing.
I'm forgetting 3 point. I'm still in 3.5 rules. Sorry about that.
Yeah, mechanically
All right,
not needed if he's about to do a long rest, but you can.
Do you really
it
want to
for
grab his
play-
shoulder
roleplay
and say,
flavor.
"I'm healing you"?
Well, I did try to rescue him. I even jumped through a broken balcony and almost killed myself trying to rescue him. So,
Somehow, I think we're even on that matter.
yeah. So, casting Cure Wounds. Hello, casting Cure Wounds. Let's try this again.
Oh,
Why is nothing happening when I click on it?
You
Is there a
usually have
window
to
popping
select
up?
what level you're casting it at.
Oh, you know what? I wonder if this brought up a dialogue box. I'm not saying.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not asking me.
Okay.
Oh, yes, there it is. Okay. See, it was hidden behind my character sheet. Hold on. What level is that? Is first. Okay.
Need to figure out.
7. There we go.
There we go.
6.
was that at Rockjaw?
Yeah.
He just sort of grins. Maybe now we're even for me saving your life.
We'll call it a draw.
All right, so you guys have your long rest without complication. It is very early in the morning. The sun is not yet up, but you have now completed your long rest. You use spell slots, HP, all that good stuff.
Do they have any food? These people.
They do, but they let you sleep there. But you get the sense they're a little bit wary of you.
Good.
In particular, because the other people that you came in with are now acting weird around you.
If they have food and I can see it, I'll take some.
They do not object.
Good.
Although the leader of the barbarians does kind of give you a look like, we're not going to deny you anything right now, but don't come back. That sort of thing. That's what she
Then I-
conveys with her eye contact.
Then I will say with my words, I'll be back.
Oh boy.
She's gonna kind of step up to you and say, "No."
If you're still here when I come back, you'd best step out of my way.
She doesn't step out of your way now.
I'll shove her over.
Okay, well, you're gonna roll initiative now then with her and her other folks.
I'm not worried.
So the rest of you are probably not even inside. You're probably out there with
Yeah,
the.
we're not aware of what's going on because Tiny Hut.
Okay, so let's move the rest of you.
Oh, Rockjaw.
She got my
Evil
girl.
Rockjaw. Move everybody else. Because don't forget that there was this leader, but also she had 5 other guys there with her.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh
She got
yeah.
in my way.
She let you take all the food you wanted and just asked that you not come back, but you had to pick a fight.
She started it, really.
All right, let's see.
And he doesn't think he's changed.
Okay, so go ahead and there's your initiative. So 18.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Okay, and then let me
Oh, yeah.
roll for these guys. Oh, I have closed the screen for all the cool stuff that you guys aren't going to see in the lower level of the temple. Just in that one next room, you didn't even go over there. Turns out there's a thing that's just going to help you out, but no way. Never mind. Okay.
That's all right. I can live without it.
Where is my... Okay. Sorry, I have to pull up the stats for these.
Hey, I mean, literally, you poked the bear. I mean,
You poked first. I didn't poke. I didn't have them poke you. You poked.
she didn't get out of the way.
I'll be right back.
Can I do a strength intimidation? You haven't get in my way.
Alright, let's see. And then, Gladiator.
I do apologize to everyone who's either not going to be in this battle or is going to wait for the thing to end. It's not my intention to I'm not trying to steal any spotlights or anything. It just,
Well,
I
yeah.
felt that was a natural reaction for him to do.
I think everyone else might have some interest in just seeing if you knew evil Rockjaw gets himself killed.
Oh, I think this is going to be very entertaining.
Yeah.
It's going to be kind of weird, to be honest.
I actually made popcorn while I was waiting.
Okay, so you do actually get first initiative, which kind of makes sense. We'll say you shoved her, but that doesn't count as your turn, so it is actually your turn now. But you do get the sense once you shoved her, it's on now.
Okay. Are the rest of them look like they're going to attack? Is that the idea?
Yeah, they were basically like, "Oh no, you didn't."
They're taking their earrings off. You know, they're getting ready.
Just smearing black under their eyes.
They reluctantly allowed everybody through on the basis that Honor had their magic ancient ancestral spear, and they still had to be convinced.
Okay.
You pushed your luck too far.
I will slowly pull out my great axe.
All right.
I'll greet them as I do so. And I will say, you were afraid with what was in there. I came out. Run in fear. And I'm going to hold my attack until someone moves closer.
Okay.
Until they attack first.
Did you want that to be an official, intimidation roll?
Is that an action?
I'll let you still
Where's
hold
that?
the action and do that if you want.
Sure. Can I do it with strength?
No.
Yeah, that's what I worried about. So they're going to have a problem.
Yeah. They're too mad about you dissing their leader right now.
All right.
All right. So, what is your action? Because all of these guys. So you shoved their leader over first.
Mm-hmm. I'm turning to the rest of them now. Basically.
Yeah. So the rest of them are basically going to move first. So you were going to hold your action. They're about to rush you.
Okay. As soon as they come within range, I begin my attacks.
Okay. So I'm gonna have you. Let's see. Just from a grid standpoint, let's put you right here.
And again, from a player point of view, I do apologize to all of the other players for this.
I was just wondering if we had noticed that Rockjaw's taking an awfully long time to come out of there.
I don't
Anybody
think
go
we've
check?
noticed just yet because it hasn't actually been that long.
All right.
No.
So go ahead and make your attacks. They have basically surrounded you.
Okay. Let's see. It's this one, I believe. So the first attack.
All right. You're just attacking the random ones around you?
Yep.
Okay. Are you focusing on one or are you attacking multiples?
No.
Okay.
It'll be attack 2.
All right.
And
Yeah,
then
25
damage,
definitely hits.
10 slashing.
Okay.
And the second attack,
Oh,
that's a crit.
Okay.
So that's 31 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
that's going to drop somebody.
Nope.
Nope.
No, these guys are tougher than that.
That's right, they're
They've stayed
barbarians,
here,
yeah.
right? They've actually been able to survive being here. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the, that ladder slash is a significant wound to that one. Like he notices it, and the other one is definitely you managed to, open up a wound on his shoulder that starts bleeding down his arm, and then get a significant, chunk out of another guy. But they're definitely, both of them are still going, and you're surrounded by the others. So they're all now coming after you. So on their turn, this is I'm going to say one of them can't get within melee range just because you're surrounded, but the others is 4 great axe attacks.
yeah, that's 3 hits.
Okay, so 20. Wait, no, 18.
Another 9, 27,
31.
40.
Wait, no, not the 11 doesn't count.
Yeah,
Right.
because it was only a 6.
So
Right.
9 plus
Oh,
9 is
okay.
18.
Plus 13.
Yeah,
So
so
31.
31.
Okay,
31.
31.
Yeah. Again,
Right. And then the leader stands up. And let's see. She is gonna shield bash you first.
Okay. Ooh, a shield. I want one of those.
Yeah, she has a spear and a shield.
That's a hit.
Okay. So you have to make a strength saving throw, although that's, so you do take the 8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. First of all, that's math. Not my strong point today.
So strength saving throw, which is obviously you're pretty good at. And
Let's
so
see,
you are not
barely.
knocked prone. But then she's just going to go after you with the spear one-handed for 2 more strikes. So it looks
Okay,
like
first
one
one
hit
hits.
and not the other. So that's a 13 piercing.
Okay.
All right. So I would say that the rest of you, as you're kind of starting get together, your stuff together, I'm going to say you hear shouting from in that cave.
sounds like the big guy's up.
All right. So are any of you taking immediate action, or once again you're just going to kind of say, well, let's see how that goes?
No, we're kind of depending on him for the speed bonus.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
So we've all realized that Rockjaw by this point is taking a bit to get out there.
Yeah. So I'm going
Well,
to.
yeah, you can probably hear the clash of weapons because there's no.
Oh yeah, that's true.
There's no doors in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say if you dash, you can get to just there, Honor.
Yeah.
And if you can say something if you want.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Casimir's going to follow. Excuse me, sorry.
Like, ugh. And I know that he's probably picked a fight. It's like, Rockjaw, come on, we have to go. Do you want to fight them or do you want to fight Strahd?
Can you currently see the fact that he's surrounded by
Yeah,
them?
like
Yes.
they are basically about to just tear him to shreds. They're or that's their
Yeah.
intent anyway.
Yeah. Well, first I want to know what he wants to do. Does he want to fight
so
these guys?
that's what you say. Rockjaw, it's your turn now.
All right. I yell to them around me. You can teach me nothing.
And I rage.
All right.
Oops, that goes down a little.
Yeah, he wants to fight them.
Doesn't really have a choice. Let's see. Wow, let me just.
The one
Yeah.
directly below you is the one that you hit with the crit the last time.
Okay. But the leader's there now.
Yeah, that's the one
All right.
below and to the left.
Her first, then. I'm going to go reckless. Why not? Thinking of me anyway. So, that's on the leader. That's only 25 to hit.
Hang on, I'm getting all of the others so that the little labels don't confuse things. But 25 hits, yeah.
Okay. So 18 total.
Okay, let me take that off her in just a second here.
Sorry, I didn't mean to click that.
You know where he is. He's right there.
All right. So 18 on the gladiator. All right.
Okay.
Yep.
And why not her again?
Okay. The 22 will also hit
For 13.
for another 13. Okay. Yeah, you get a couple. You've added a couple of new scars to her collection, but she's still looking pretty hardy. You also just recognize, like, she's the leader of these guys, so she's, yeah,
She hurt me.
yeah. All right. So the rest of these berserkers are going to continue trying to attack you, and this guy is kind of moving around, just frustrated because he can't get a place to attack.
All right.
So this is 4 more great axe. See, 223 is probably hit, but remind me, your AC is it 14? Or-
It is 14.
Okay.
But they have advantage because I did reckless attack. So only
Right.
the second one misses.
Oh, okay. Yep. So that's 3 hits,
Damn.
but you are raging now, so
5, 5, and 2. Looks like 12.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's another 12.
I'm impressed that I could drop below half in 2 rounds. It's awesome.
Well, yeah.
They're very tough.
When you're
Oh, yeah.
surrounded
There's a lot
by
of
by other scrappers, yeah.
I will point out that this is like the 17th time Rockjaw has been surrounded. It kind of is the way that he ends up being. It's not really his choice most of the time, but
He draws a crowd.
The
Kinda
leader tosses her shield over behind you and goes two-handed with her spear.
Behind him or behind her?
Behind her.
Okay.
Like she's getting rid of it. She's going two-handed with the spear.
first one misses.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, so
That's 6 or 7.
wait. So there we have 3 here.
Wait, you already? Oh, she rolls.
So-
She fired. She attacks 3 times.
She gets 3. She did.
Oh, nice.
The shield bash counts as 1 last time. So last time she did shield bash and 2 spears. This time she gets
Cool.
rid of the shield, did 3 spears. So with advantage still, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So obviously the double critical fail misses, but so that's going to be 13, which would be 6 for you. But then that crit going to be another 9.
While all this is going on, Pavel is going to follow Honor into that path toward the room.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Honor, you are certain now they are going to kill him, or at least that is their intention. You know, anything could happen, but that's certainly what they are about to try to do.
And Casimir looks at Honor. Call them off. You have their spear.
Guys, trying out of character, trying to make me do charisma stuff on the fly is horrible.
This is where the abstraction of the game works to your favor, is that we know that you're using Honor's charisma, and that's not a criticism of your own personal charisma, because I think you're awesome. But my point is, you don't have to feel like you don't have to feel like you're being that intimidating. You can just say, Honor gets in their face and is just letting them have it, that they need to stop, and then that's what we imagine. You don't necessarily need to role play every word of that. If you
Okay.
You don't have to tell her words. You don't have to just write. You can just say, Honor uses her spear and tries to call them off.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then that's what she'll do.
All right. So I'm going to have you make a intimidation roll with advantage or persuasion. I don't remember if you have either of those.
I don't have anything. My charisma stat is 0.
It's not, is it? Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It's because I was going to say
Wow,
tieflings
so
have
high.
charisma bonus, but that's because you used it to round up your dump stat. Yeah. So, but with advantage. So, you get to make a persuasion with advantage, or you can decide: is it intimidation or is it persuasion?
I think it's going to be persuasion.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and.
Nope.
Yeah, I think unfortunately they're kind of too wrapped up in they, they were already kind of on edge, and this guy pushed it.
Uh-huh.
They were already ready to
So
kill us.
yeah, they're not listening yet. You know, that's not to say nothing else could happen, but they were not persuaded that time. So Rockjaw, you're up.
All right. Let's see. Kind of wondering which is going to be the quickest way to kill me. Yeah, I really don't have much of a choice. Let's see. Let's see. Well, I don't have a lot of fancy tactics or fancy special effects, so pretty much fallen back on standard routine. Let's thin the herd a little bit. That one that I critted on before. Let's
Yeah,
go
it's the one
after him
directly
first.
beneath you. Yeah.
Yeah. And why not reckless?
All right. Okay. Yeah. So 28 will definitely hit.
16 points of damage.
Yeah. That hurts him. He's not down.
One more strike at him. Let's see what happens.
Okay. 23 hits.
Another 10 points. Man, I'm not rolling much for damage.
Yeah, that guy is looking pretty wounded. You get the feeling that he might be about to back off and let his buddy who couldn't get at you have a turn.
Changing of the guard.
Yeah.
Tag.
Yeah, so that guy's pretty wounded. He looks like he's ready to be done.
He's probably about as wounded as I am.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
Can Pavel take an action?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to cast Hold Person on the Queen Bee.
Okay. She makes what saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, she rolls low. She fails that saving throw. Yeah, so Pavel, reaches out his hand with a mental command. The leader of these mountain folk suddenly just freezes in place. You saying anything, or?
Rockjaw, this might be a good time for you to try and beat an exit.
What do you think I've been trying to do?
It's all right now. It's the turn of all of the other guys. Are you saying anything to them?
That one right. You know what? I'll cast Hold Person on that one right below him too. The one who's jumping into the fray.
You're using a higher level spell slot to cast it on more than
So
one person?
Yeah, I'm going to use this as a third level slot rather than a second.
Okay. So that guy will make his own wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. Ah, shit.
Okay. So yeah, he does not seem affected.
Okay. I tried.
All right. So it is their turn. That guy is first going to try to back away.
Which one?
The one that was wounded. So you do get an opportunity attack. Although, I guess reckless is until the start of your next turn, right? So your opportunity attack is with advantage, I think.
Let me just double check. It might be attacks on your turn. Advantage melee attack rolls during this turn.
Okay, so just a regular attack then, as he.
Does it look like he's the only one moving away?
Well, he's moving away so far, yeah.
Okay.
But he's wounding. He looks like he is. This is he knows he has a buddy who couldn't even get into at you yet, and he's gonna say, "Okay, I don't want another one of those. Let's."
If he falls, does the area where he's standing become difficult terrain?
If he dies, sure.
Well, let's see what happens.
Okay, yeah. So that's gonna hit.
Well, now I get
Yeah.
damage.
So actually, he starts to try to back off, and you kill him where he stands. And yeah, so he flops over dead. But his buddy doesn't seem shy about just jumping to stand over him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you're getting 4 more great axe attacks here.
Or at least the last one missed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's
Jeez.
27,
Yeah, a lot of damage.
36. 36.
So 18?
Oh, yeah, 18.
Almost got me down.
Okay. Yeah, so they're coming after him, but I think at this point, they were so wound up that they kind of just still attacked. But then when they're kind of looking to their leader, they see her just like frozen. So it's her turn. Does she get to repeat her saving throw?
Shoot. Let me look up that spell again. At the end of each of its turns, the target can make another wisdom saving throw. Yeah.
Okay. So she's going to make another wisdom saving throw to see if she can shake it off, but it would be the end of... Yeah, so it looks like she is,
Right.
but that's her turn, and I think that
Okay.
once she kind of shakes free of it, she's going to shoot a furious glance back in your direction. So that's their go. Honor's right there. What are you guys doing? Rockjaw's looking pretty rough again.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and convince her to just let him go before to let Rockjaw go,
Okay.
because we need him to get to Castle Ravenloft, and this is doing nobody any good.
All right. So go ahead and make another persuasion roll with advantage.
And cross your fingers, y'all. 15.
15. Okay. With that, you brandishing the spear are basically just saying, "We need him. Don't kill him." And I think at that point, the leader just gonna kind of turn to you, just looking. He made the first move. We gave him hospitality and our food.
And I understand that. He's going to... We need him so that we can fight Strahd. Whether or not he survives it to come back, I don't know.
If you choose
Probably
to take
very unlikely.
responsibility for him, ensure that he does not return here.
I will.
She nods to the others, and they kind of stand down.
Come on, Rockjaw, let's go.
There's quite a bit of seething around Rockjaw's mouth, a little foaming going on.
Yeah.
But seeing that they've stood down and the better part of valor for today, he does shoot the leader a look, though, kind of the, I see you. And then smiles as he puts his axe back on.
She matches it. And just
I like her, too.
All right.
Okay, and just to be nice, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Rockjaw. Just at least to give him a little bit more, just in case that the trip is not as smooth or calm as we expect it to be. So, 9.
Okay.
How much are you down?
A lot.
87?
Yeah, it doesn't do that much good, but
Such an asset to our party.
Yeah. Nothing
I'll,
like burning party resources on the last day before you confront the boss.
At breakfast.
yeah.
All right, I'll cast Cure Wounds on him as well.
Hey, I mean, they decided to take it deadly. He just decided he was going to not let anybody stand up to him.
Take 5.
Cool.
I think if these were average Barovians, that might have been a different story, but these are
Oh, yeah.
yeah. mountain folk berserkers.
I mean, all they did was sit around and lie around and complain about how hard everything was. So they could have been easier. I'm happy that they aren't. They might survive to the point where he comes back.
All right. So are you leaving then as a group?
I say we get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
I grabbed the head on my way out.
Yep.
As a player, I do sincerely apologize, but it's also like, I don't know,
It's
playing
what
a
your
character
would
leads you in
have
strange places. Yeah.
Sure. All right.
And I honestly didn't think I was going to turn deadly. I thought they were just going to slap him around for a while, but well,
What, you just didn't expect them to be able to do so much damage so quickly, you mean?
I didn't think they'd start pulling out weapons.
Oh, no.
I thought it was going to be a personal challenge and she would fight me. But, yeah, she's too weak to stand on her own, I guess. Again, Rockjaw's thinking more than mine.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's kind of like, are you trying to make me have the NPCs come after you?
No, I mean, again, that's just sort of
Actually, yeah,
Rockjaw's thing is he's more powerful than any one person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he keeps getting surrounded by multiple people.
Yeah. Honestly, if he does go back, I totally anticipate the fact that they are going to kill him.
Probably.
Well, ideally, don't get surrounded by lots of them.
Oh, yeah.
Just from a tactical perspective. Okay, so as you guys are, you rejoin your wagon. I think probably I would say the attitude within the party is tense. For
Understatement.
a variety of reasons. You're gradually making your way back down this pass. You're joining the little switchback there. You're making your way over the next hour or so to Zelenka Pass.
Oh yeah, that's right. We got to get back through that
Yeah, return us to that map.
green fire thing.
All right. Sangzorn's headless body. You guys are coming through. I have to. When you guys were last here, it was Julius and not Pavel, so let me switch that out.
The ghost of Julius. Hanging on.
Alas, poor Julius.
Okay. I'm gonna give you Pavel.
At least you mercifully cut short his career as a zombie.
And Pavel's really small.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why his token defaults to being half size, but. Okay. So, as you make your way down the hill, oops. Okay. So as you make your way down, the mountain, you still have your wagon. Given that this is an enclosed wagon, there's room for, I'll say, 3 people to be sort of sitting up front where the person driving it sits. Everyone else would need to either be inside, which is kind of crowded, or like sitting on the top or hanging on alongside or whatever. So like, how are you guys handling that?
I figure I'll just move outside.
Yeah. Walking along.
Okay. Alright.
All right, I'll sit up front then.
Esmeralda's driving because it's her wagon.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Shadow, Casimir will hang out on the back or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I think Ismark is sort of hanging along. Actually, if he's he's hanging on the side. There's like basically sort of runners on it that you could stand but sort of ride along on the side.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's
And-
been mentioned, but Adrian could just be a bird.
Yeah.
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 He's
And
probably
right-
just, in raven form, just occasionally swooping around just to do reconnaissance, um, but otherwise, just riding on top probably.
And Anubis is perched right behind Esmeralda, just kind of breathing down her neck in excitement. I get to go in a wagon. so she has dog breath just kind of like right there at her face.
Nice.
Okay. So we got a couple of just descriptions to refresh your memory of this region here. First of all, this bridge crosses the river. It's very, very steep, though, as you can see by the little elevations. I said 1,000 feet, but I was actually thinking of a different bridge earlier, so it's 500 feet down to the river from here, as you can see. But you can also see how steep it is in terms of these 10-foot squares, and then each of those little elevation marker lines represents 100 feet. So it's very steep.
Wow. Okay.
So as you are, coming along this, reaching this cliff, you have the bridge, which is a little crumbly, but you came over it fine the last time. And then as you would cross it, you go along in between more sheer cliffs back to the tower and where the gate with that magic green flame is. And the green flame you can see sort of because it's so bright, is sort of, I would say the sun is only just starting to lighten the sky a little bit, but it's the bright green flame is visible from a ways off, so you can definitely see that it's there even as you're approaching the bridge. So are you just going ahead and going across the bridge, or what is the plan from here?
Is this the spot where we could?
Yes, so let me bring us briefly back over to the map of Barovia here.
Okay.
So this is Solenka Pass. So
Right.
if you were to descend the cliffs now to the river, you could follow along the river where it'll pass the ruins of Berez, which you haven't visited, but you know that's where this location is right
Looks
here.
like there's a swamp there, though, right?
Yeah, it is kind of swampy in that area. And then you would also go up past Argynvost Holt. And if you followed the river all the way, it would lead to back to the lake near Valaki.
What does Zia's traveled all around this area.
Mm-hmm.
What does he consider the chances of being able to move quickly along the river there if we transfer down?
Basically,
Will it save us time, or is that swamp going to slow us down too much?
I'm going to say that he thinks that if nothing happens, it's faster. But it's
Okay.
more dangerous. Like, the road. You've been across that part of the road before.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're going off
Well,
territory,
okay.
it's potentially riskier, but faster.
First, he'll chat with Esmeralda. It's like,
She's
if
going
we-
to
if
say
we-
we can't bring the wagon if we go that way.
that is true. But how much is the wedding going to help us in the castle? I don't think much.
No, but there's lots of gear we'll want to try
Yes.
to.
Well, we will want to take the gear from the wagon that we will need, but
What if we had two of these giant eagles? Could one, I don't know, claw onto the wagon or something?
No, the wagon's too heavy for a giant eagle.
yeah.
They can
I-
they can manage a person, but kind of only just.
Especially going down rather than up.
Yeah. I think we should stick to the roads.
Well,
That's the devil that we
will-
know.
On the road, we will arrive stronger. On the river, we will arrive quicker. And I think the road is probably the better choice.
Yeah, I'm much more in favor of stronger.
We could still get there on time taking the road. It's less risky. We don't run the chance of being delayed by an attack or anything like that.
So we already know what's there.
Yeah.
All right, let's take the road then. Let's move.
Okay, so let me put us back on that other map. There we are. Okay. So you guys are just getting onto the bridge here. I'm gonna kind of make everybody just into the, like if anyone has an issue with the orientation there, we can kind of address it. But so you're getting onto the bridge, but just as you guys are sort of making your way forward onto the bridge, I would say probably, everyone can make a perception check if you want. Well, you know what? No, nobody. Never mind. I'm just going to use your passive perception, which means nobody.
Oh.
Nobody gets wind of this before it happens.
Does this counter my alert feat?
What it will mean is that you are not going to be surprised when the actual combat starts.
Okay.
So you are going to be aware of something as soon as it happens and then able to immediately leap into action, whereas everyone else is going to be surprised. But thank you for reminding me that you have that.
I do have danger sense.
Which that gives you, I think, just advantage on, dexterity saving throws and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. But what happens is I just did the roll here, but technically, let me just double check and make sure I'm so technically speaking here, I need to do this. So what happens that you guys realize all of a sudden is you hear just a little bit of a, and Ismark cries out. And I have to figure out how to make this math work because there's an interesting feature being used here that basically makes it automatically a critical hit because he was surprised. So, but then the rolling it doesn't make that, obvious. So, rolling makes it what?
I'm sorry. I'm just going to interrupt real quickly because I think this should have been addressed before.
Okay.
Yeah, I stepped out while the last battle was finishing up. Honor is at very low hit points.
Not anymore. She had a full rest.
Oh,
you guys all had a long rest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, the one you're looking at is
Rockjaw.
Rockjaw. Yeah.
Overlapping honor. Sorry about that. Yep.
Right.
Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
So Ismark is he's taking double what it shows here because it's automatically a crit.
Ooh.
Double poison too?
Yeah. And
holy shit!
And that's
does it
not
make
a
Constitution save, or is there?
Well, he needs to make the Constitution save. Hang on. Okay, that's why I was saying that this is a complicated thing, because it is an assassinate strike, which means that it's rolled with advantage against any creature that hasn't taken a turn, and any hit is automatically a crit. And on top of that, there's sneak attack damage, which is not accounted for in this roll. So this is. So he is going to make a Constitution saving throw. Which he does make, so that's
Yay.
good. So let's see. Does that mean? So he's going to take half the poison damage. So what that means is he's going to take 12 piercing and 18 poison. So
18
30.
poison or 9 poison?
I'm not. Remember, we're doubling,
it's
doubling,
not
but then he
double,
takes
okay.
half. So he's taking 30 damage
Okay.
plus 4d6. Actually, no, the 4d6 gets doubled too. Plus 8d6
Good God.
sneak attack damage. So that's 53 damage.
For reference, that would kill me right now.
I was going to say, does he still have a pulse?
Barely. Because that is such a dramatic hit, I'm going to have him make another I'm going to have him make a dexterity saving throw to try to stay holding on to the wagon and not fall off of it. I just said dexterity.
Yep.
Yes.
13. Yeah, I'll say you suddenly hear him cry out and then kind of just start sort of like fall, and he's like barely hanging on to the side of the wagon. And so we're all going to roll initiative now. And I will reveal that secretly in hiding, hanging on the side of the bridge here, is a familiar face. Aragal. What were you saying?
Is that the good looking dude?
Huh?
He's the first one we met.
Yeah. He's the one that, originally invited you back at the,
Yeah, the good looking dude. Okay.
yeah.
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 Hello, my name is Diego Montoya. You killed my brother. Prepare to die.
Yeah, just like that.
So let us know when you're ready.
Yeah, hold on. It's a whole thing.
The 13 is the one that should stand for me, by the way.
Yeah.
Remember, you have to click your token in order for the initiative
Yep,
roll to
I'm
come
just
through.
waiting to be told I can do it.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it.
Huh.
Him.
Yeah. Yep.
Where the heck is? I'll just exit. All right. That work?
Okay.
No,
But
that didn't get
there's-
Casimir in.
Yeah, hang on. We're going to have to do it, but we got a couple of other things going on, too.
Yeah, no, that's fine. The NPC character sheets are just a little wonky
Yeah.
sometimes.
All right. So what I'm going to say is, just as you're noticing the that happened. First of all, like I said, right now, in this first round, everyone but Shadow is surprised. But I'm going to say also, you know what? You don't see what else is happening yet. You see him because he revealed himself when he attacked. But let me. Gosh, I didn't have this one. I kind of thought you guys were going to spend more time in the Amber Temple, so I didn't set up this encounter.
I tried to take as much time as I could, but
Okay, so I got. We need Casimir's, which I can do here in a second. Let's see. We got Esmeralda. We need Ismark. And Casimir. Okay. I will be generous and say that his initial revealing attack. See, because he rolled the highest initiative also.
You
Yeah.
can take another attack.
Yeah. And he does.
Or
He's
hide.
gonna. Yeah. He's that fast. This is a crafty guy who's specifically laid an ambush for you guys.
Yeah. And Christiana, I'm not on the turn tracker.
Okay. So you need to just click your token and then roll initiative.
Okay. So you're gonna make me re-roll instead of.
Well, okay, fine, I can do that, but
Yeah.
She wants to keep that 17.
No. That
No, the
17
22.
was Anubis. I want to keep my
Oh.
22.
all right. Well, if you do it properly
Well, I
next
mean,
time, then
Yeah, well,
We're all after him anyways. So
okay.
Yeah.
And I lost Anubis's token. Where did I put?
He's
someone
sitting on
over?
Zia's face.
Did the audience get that at home? Everybody listen?
All right. So right now we'll say that let's actually put him under Esmeralda's token just because he was kind of up in the front. We'll say, and then he got 17. You said.
Yep.
Okay. I think we've got everybody except for the guys that you haven't seen yet. I have too many things open. There we are. Let's see, they get... And then one more thing. And they get... Alright. Okay. So, Aragal has surprised you all and then is also first up in the initiative.
Yeah.
Alright. If I can turn back time. No, if I can click on the thing I want. Alright, there we go. Okay, so he is... he is going to hop over with his turn. He's going to hop over the railing of the bridge and go after Ismark with a short sword. 2 short sword attacks. And let's see. The 14 misses, but the 19 hits. And so Ismark makes another Constitution saving throw for the poison.
That is some serious poison.
Seriously.
Okay, so he does succeed on the poison, so he still only takes half, but 5 piercing plus 13 poison is enough to drop
12.
him.
No. Ugh.
Are you?
Can our cleric res him?
So I'm gonna have him make death saving throw rules just like a player would.
He's not. He's dropped. He's not dead.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm going to as he drops off the wagon, you see that Aragal immediately starts trying to like fish through his stuff.
Oh, he wants that sword.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, Honor, you are next up.
Okay. I'm going to.
It's very narrow here, and you're crowded with the wagon. So.
Right.
But you can step over his body there. And
Yeah. So he's dropped off the side of the wagon, landed on the bridge.
I am vacillating between going after Aragal with the blood spear and hitting him with a heavy crossbow.
Well.
I will say my turn is a lot easier than that.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit him with the heavy crossbow.
Okay.
Let's see. Cross your fingers.
Nail him.
Nope.
Yeah. Unfortunately, 12 doesn't hit.
Okay, so coordinated attack.
But.
Yeah, but he's not in
this
melee
is-
range.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's up at the front of the wagon.
Okay.
On
So-
his turn, I'll let him like jump up and run across the top of the wagon if you want, but not for this purpose. It has to wait for his turn.
Okay, so for my movement, I'm going to jump down and get close to Ismark. So if he fails too many saving throws, then I can cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay. All right. Oh, you know what? Technically speaking, you're supposed to be surprised. So, just as well that you missed. But we're supposed to actually do a full round here. You guys were surprised.
That's what I thought, except for
Except
Holy
for Shadow.
Yep.
Thought he were. Oh, okay, right.
So
Yeah, sorry.
except for Shadow, he's getting 3 attacks in a row without us being able to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and he's an
Shadow.
assassination. So
Yep. So, first thing I do
Wait,
is I'm gonna cast Bark Skin.
Okay.
Then
how do we
I'm
get?
going to
Oh,
stand in between. Can I like jump on Ismark and like stand in between him and the other dude?
Because you'll have to kind of climb over the wagon
Mhm.
to do that. I will say that I'll say
Let
that
me
you.
do it this way then.
Okay.
Hang on to save some stuff. Well, if I transform into a giant eagle or whatever, and then I can definitely get to him, no problem.
Yeah, you can
'Cause
you can get to that location, but then you have no actions to take.
that's fine. I actually want to make myself an eagle shield in front of Ismark and blocking handsome dude from being able to get at the sword.
Okay.
So that's
I don't know how effective you're going to be at blocking without an action to take. You can
I'm a
put
giant
yourself in
eagle
that
now.
place. You can put yourself where if he tries to get away, you get an opportunity attack. But he is already knelt over Ismark's prone form. You can't really do anything to block him without taking an action. You can place yourself next to the two of them.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'll do. I can't really move my token any closer without covering. So
Yeah,
I don't
so
know
we'll say you sort of will, because obviously the map here is very tight. We can sort of you can leave it where it is, but we know that you are kind of immediately in the vicinity of the two of them. All right. And then, so, although you guys are, while you're still surprised, you see from the other end of the bridge a few figures appear. One is a direwolf, and you recognize it as the direwolf that was hanging out with the mountain folk that didn't seem to like you guys, and they made it leave because it wouldn't stop growling at you.
I knew we should have killed them all.
And then you see two more figures. Both of them are small. One of them is an old halfling friend.
Wow, Christiana, are you really going to make me screw them over on both ends today?
Yep.
And the other is a child that you remember helping out, rescuing from the old windmill. And they both step out and on the other end of the bridge.
Oh, goody.
That's all they do this round, though. All right, so it is Aragul's turn again. I'm going to say that the sword, being where Ismark could wield it, is relatively easy to find. So he finds it and takes it. But then as he tries to stand up and move away, Shadow and Casimir both have the can take opportunity attacks.
All right. So I am going to. Oh shoot! I gotta get the. So I gotta get my giant eagle stuff, but I'm afraid that it's gonna crash me. So hang on.
Okay. I'm trying to remember. I can pull it up too.
Let's see. So far so good. Waiting for it to load. Oh, okay. So it's not like a whole extra sheet, though. I don't have that. All right. So I am going to start with my beak attack, which is a +5 to hit.
Yep.
So hang on. Just get back in
You
the
well,
thing.
as an opportunity attack, you only get one attack.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can do either the beak or the talons, but only one
Yeah,
of
that's
them
fine.
until it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the beak if I can. Hang on, I'm having issues. There we go. 21.
A 21 hits.
And I check out what the damage is again. And 6.
It should be if this was the beak, I think you said.
Yeah.
Well, the talons technically does more damage. If you want to do that, I'll let you know.
Yeah, let's do that then.
The talons do 2d6 plus 3.
Okay. So what's the 10 there? It says hit 10.
That's an average.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah.
Right. So 2d6 plus what was that again?
3. 2d6 plus 3.
Ten.
All right. Yeah. So you slash at him for 10 damage. Casimir can make an opportunity attack, but
yes.
it has to be melee. He can't cast the spell for an opportunity attack.
Right, yeah, no,
Yeah.
and where's he?
He has a dagger, though.
Yep, that's what I was looking for.
Okay, 19 hits, so that's another 4 piercing damage.
I did something.
Yeah. So you both managed to kind of slash at him a little bit as he's trying to withdraw. So he definitely, you open a couple of wounds, but he otherwise is hightailing it. He is. Let's see, what's his speed? Yeah. Okay. So he's gonna run. He's running that direction. Okay, so then it is Honor's turn now. You're muted, Lee.
We're not hearing you.
Okay.
There you are.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. I'm going to jump off the cart and move to here, and then I'm going to cast Spike Growth.
Okay.
Nice.
So let me
Oops.
get that. See if this will show up like I want it to. Cast Spike Growth. So I have a range of 150 feet, so definitely like all around here. He can't move
Excellent.
without incurring more damage.
Just double checking, what is the range of your spike growth?
150 feet.
Oh, okay. Well, then sure. Always have to look up how that one works. It's a weird.
Area becomes difficult terrain, and if a creature moves into it, he takes 2d4 piercing damage for each 5 feet.
Okay.
And he can't see it without a perception check.
Well, he's definitely going to notice as soon as he tries to move again. All right.
It's unfortunate. The 3rd edition version would also slow movement, but
Well, difficult terrain
difficult
slows his
terrain.
movement. Yeah.
oh, okay. No, it would slow it like permanently from injury to the feet.
Oh,
But,
permanently.
Think Bruce Willis and Die Hard when they
well,
shoot
not
the glass.
permanently, but until it healed. Yeah.
It'd be a lingering effect, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I could draw like specific boxes or something like that to make it.
It's a 20-foot radius. There's actually isn't there a tool to paint shape?
You can make
Paint
a
circles,
circle. You can draw a shape,
Yeah.
and if you
Well,
hold
I've got.
Hold Alt for a circle.
Okay.
So if you're, yeah, I'll draw it for you if you want.
Okay. Yeah, that would probably be
There
best.
you go.
It's 20-foot radius, so it's actually bigger than that.
Yeah.
Okay, those aren't 10-foot squares?
They are
Okay.
10-foot squares, but 20-foot radius.
20-foot radius, right, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So yeah, that's pretty significant there. All right, good job. That's good
He ain't
tactics.
going nowhere.
Actually, you know what? Put it in front of him instead of around him. So that he has to go through it to move away.
Well, he could also, he came up the side of the bridge. I don't want him to try and go down or up.
Okay.
A little bit bigger than that too. It's like
Yeah, slightly bigger. Because you got some squares cut in half there. Yeah, something like that.
Okay, well, you figure it out. Okay, so that's your turn.
Oops.
It is Esmeralda's turn. I mean, decide where you put it, okay?
How about,
Yeah.
how about
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
That works.
All right. Certainly his range of motion is limited anyway because of the cliffs. So, okay. It is Esmeralda's turn. She was driving the wagon. She is going to stop it.
I've got her sheet, by the way. I've got her sheet, by the way. I was running her before.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I guess I don't want to... I'll let you do that. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's going to cast lightning bolt at the baddies at the far end of the thing.
Okay.
I believe it's a 10-foot wide thing, so she can hit all three.
I think lightning bolt is 5 feet wide.
Okay.
Am I wrong? I can look it up. Lightning bolt is 5 feet wide.
Okay. Can I cast it down the middle so that I still hit all three?
Go for the spare.
No, I'm sorry. You get 2 out of 3.
Have to pick 2 out of 3.
Yeah, you want
All right,
Perry
well,
or you want the kid?
Perry.
All right. All right. So they
Aim for
make
his bottle of wine.
dexterity saving throws, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
DC 14.
Oh no! So the first one should be the correct because it's not both vampire spawn. So
Yeah,
the 15 is for Perry vampire
Yeah,
spawn.
and he makes it.
And then the dire wolf. Where did I put that dire wolf box?
I'm so struggling to remember Perry's voice.
I'll do Perry's voice.
No!
You got a brogue in there, Christiana?
Oh. Well, that's mighty rude. Is that how you greet an old friend?
Yep, that'll work.
Pretty good. Yeah, that'll work.
All right, so it looks like the direwolf misses.
Okay.
So is it
31.
that 31 for the direwolf?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I cast it at 3rd level.
It does not like that at all. It is not dead, but it is very crispy. Meanwhile, vampire spawn Perry takes 15.
Yep.
Okay. Is she stopping the wagon?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Pavel.
Right. Do I have to crawl over the wagon to get to Ismark?
Yeah.
Because the wagon is wide enough that you can't turn around without going to one end or the other of it, but there's space to slip by it on either direction. So you can jump to the ground and go alongside it if you want, bearing in mind that you are very close to one of the crumbled bits.
Oh.
You know, that's kind of partly hidden by the tokens right there right now.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to make you roll or anything. Just be aware
Okay.
that if something knocks you back in that location, it's potentially hazardous.
Yeah,
You would have to kind of push past Rockjaw too, but if he's cooperative. Is he?
Are you cooperative?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. All right. I want to get back to Ismark.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you can get back that far.
Okay.
He's not breathing.
And then I'm going to lay a hand on him and cast Spare the Dying.
Okay. All right. As you channel your divine energy into him, you being so in touch with the tenuous thread that separates life and death, especially in this place, and you are able to grab hold of the slipping away shade of Ismark and hold him still, and you can see that although he is still unconscious, he is now breathing and no longer actively dying. All right.
Okay.
Anubis. You're muted again, Lee.
Anubis is actually going to jump down and go under the wagon to join.
Okay.
To join Honor, but he's basically going to just be growling and at the edge of this area.
All right. Just trying to decide. Do you get? Would it help you guys to have the horse tokens on here? The horse tokens are big. Is the problem that they just kind of they?
Well, why don't you put one down to show where the horses are in general?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Let's see. Where's my horse? There we go. Yeah, see, it's big,
Wow.
so it makes it. That's why I was going to say it's kind of misleading, because tactically it takes up that much space, but realistically the two of them are right side by side, hitched into
Yeah.
their harnesses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
All right. Rockjaw's turn.
All right. I'm going to just run and leap over these people that are in my way. It's much easier that way.
All right.
And then I'm going to charge towards the evildoer.
Okay. I think as
But
soon as
I
you
make
enter
it-
that spike growth, it does affect you.
I make it. Yep, and I make it there, and my feet get pained, and I go slower. So what's the perception thing?
2d4 per 5 feet, I think. Or
Oh, there's
wait,
a perception
wait.
to see if it was there.
Yeah, you have to perception check
Okay.
equal to a spell save DC.
Yeah. When you enter into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet you travel. So I'd say just 5 feet at first, and then you can make a perception check against Honor's spell save DC to try to see.
All
Oh
right,
wait, no, okay. If you make that check, you can see that it would be hazardous before you enter it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
If you
there's
succeed
some
in the
chance.
check. Yeah.
See what that looks like.
yeah.
Holy crap!
Okay, yeah, so I'd say just before you enter that, you realize all of a sudden that there's magic spikes growing out of the ground.
And I will kind of shunt off to the side then,
Okay. All
and I will hold my attack in case he comes closer.
All right. Shadow, you are in your giant
Yep.
eagle form. You slashed
am.
at Aragorn when he tried to move away, but
Yep. So I am going to fly in front of him and stay in front of him while I attack. So I have not landed. I'm attacking from the air, as an eagle do.
yep.
And I am going to start with.
As the
Start with
eagle
talents.
flies.
Yes,
Fly
exactly.
like an eagle.
All right, and 13. Does it hit?
A 13 does not hit.
All right, now I will try with my beak. That's even worse.
Yeah, unfortunately, they both. He is a crafty, dodgy sort of guy.
Yeah,
By
so-
the way, it just reminded me. I need to go ahead and put our vampire spawns on the initiative tracker. And technically, they were supposed to go before you, but that will allow it for now. That's fine.
Ah,
And then,
yes. It's okay. It didn't change anything except my movement.
well, you know, you potentially might have done a different decision if they had done something first, but yeah.
That's true.
All right. I think that. Let's see what is their speed. Oh, they still only have 30 feet. So I think they're gonna both each attack one of the horses. So with their claws, 2 claws attacks against one against each horse. Those are a couple of low rolls. So where is this draft horse stats? Let me pull that up. They're not super good. Armor class 10, 19 hit points. Okay, so that means there's one hitch one hit each, and they're not, killed.
Yeah.
But they're each pretty wounded and probably terrified. Let me go ahead and have them do. I'm gonna have them. Where's my? There. Do an initiative roll. Okay. Yeah. So they now have their own initiative turn. That, given that they have been wounded and have two tiny vampire spawns slashing at them. The direwolf. Okay, never mind. It's not direwolf's turn yet. Ismark's turn. He is unconscious, so it is actually the direwolf's turn, and it's going to. It's going to come up, and it's also going to take one of the horses. That's a hit. Let's see. I think actually that's still not enough to take any of them down. To kill them, but now they have to make a strength saving throw, or avoid being knocked prone. Draft horses are actually pretty strong, though.
Yeah.
So it actually succeeds in being able to not be pulled off of its hoofs.
And that's good because the draft horses are right next to that second crumbling bit.
Mm-hmm.
And if it fell off, it probably would drag the wagon down into the river.
But basically, one of the two draft horses now is significantly wounded, and the other is very near death.
Not going to be pulling that wagon much longer.
No.
All right. It is Adrian's turn.
Okay. Adrian will fly up to the top of the parapet and transform to his hybrid shape.
Okay.
He's done.
That is,
That's an action.
Isn't the hybrid shape's an action?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. So he is on the parapet, you said, and in the hybrid form.
Yep.
And then is the transforming does take an action. That's what we were just saying. I was distracted, right? So, okay. Zia, you're up. A lot of going on.
Yeah. I was going to fireball those guys, but now it's that would actually kill the horses. I'm going to cast.
Also, just let me remind you that all of you would have been given the safety lecture about the wagon. Remember that she has a safety mechanism to keep it from being tampered with that essentially makes it an extreme fire hazard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's made of wood, isn't it?
Not just made of wood, but it basically is full of delicate bottles of alchemist's fire.
Yeah.
It's made of wood, soaked in gasoline with a...
Easy on the fireball there, big guy.
couple of tissues.
No. He's like, Esmeralda. I think that we should decide that the wagon is not going to go with us. Because I don't see a way to save the horses, and if without the horses, there's no way we're moving the wagon.
She kind of just grumps, like, I love this wagon.
Yeah, I can summon horses.
That is true. All right. Given that, I am going to fireball the
All right.
The
direwolf and the vampire spawn,
direwolf
along with the
and
horses.
the vampire phones and the horses, because I can't get. Well, you put them under the horses. Which is okay. I mean, I can see that. But anyways,
because they're both actually small creatures too.
Yeah.
One's a child and one's a
So
halfling.
hey, I rolled pretty good on that fireball, though.
Nice. So first, the two draft horses. Although I think they're
toast.
They're done for either way. So the horses are definitely dead. They're incinerated. Let's go ahead and get that direwolf, who's also probably dead.
So wait, are they underneath the horses? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, they were underneath.
Well,
the
they were
horses.
basically like, imagine a child going up to a big draft horse and slashing at its throat. That's what
Yeah,
they're
okay.
doing.
Yeah.
So the horses, when they died, would also fall on them, yes?
They're if they weren't being reduced to ash.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Well, that means that their carcasses are out of the way, so that's
They got charcoaled. Yeah.
a whole other thing.
Yeah. So there's a terrifying equine screams followed by barbecue smells. Bad ones though, like someone forgot to tend the grill and it's ruined now.
Geez, I'm really gonna sleep well tonight.
Here's the two vampire spawn. Perry first, then the kid first. I'm just trying to. I'm just suddenly forgot the kid's name. It was Lucian. That's what it was. Oh no, that's a wisdom saving throw. That's not what that.
This is the kid we brought to his parents.
The kid
Or
that you
his
brought
aunt.
to. Yeah, that.
Parents.
So you last saw him in the church of Saint Andrel in Vallaki. The church that you recall the priest was concerned because the bones, the precious relics that protected the church had been stolen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh no! See, I'm sorry. I'm keep clicking the wrong thing. They get a dexterity saving throw. I'm
Yep.
clicking that twice now.
Okay, so one saved.
They both save.
Why there's a dexterity save of 11 in the list there
Yeah.
for a vampire spawn.
That's a dexterity check.
Oh,
They
okay.
do have
Oh, not
dexterity
dexterity.
Oh,
save.
yeah, I see,
which
I
is
see, I
different.
see, I see. Right.
Yeah, so
Okay.
they're essentially proficient in dexterity saving throws.
Right.
That's,
Okay.
that's
So
why
they
I
take,
was making sure to click the right thing. So
sorry, they take 20 points damage each.
yeah. All right. All right. And the little kid said, "Come on, don't you want to find out what happened to my mom?" All right.
Come play with us, Danny.
Yeah. Casimir's turn.
Ah, yes. Sorry about that. You gotta bring him back up. So he is back here. Casimir is going to try and be near Esmeralda here.
Okay.
And he is going to yeah, he is going to fireball.
Okay. On what? On the vampires or on the on? I mean, I guess
Yeah,
it
on
probably wouldn't fireball where.
These guys.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right. It's 2 more dexterity saving throws for them. That looks like probably
Okay.
Perry fails. The kid succeeds.
Need to roll the damage.
Yep. Hang on. Sorry. That was a 3rd level. Yeah, I'm casting it at 3.
Okay. That's not the best damage, honestly, but yeah, okay. So Perry takes 20 and Lucian takes. Yeah. Perry's looking a little crispy right now.
He'll die the second time as he lived the first time. Wait.
Well, it's like he got beaten to death by a giant tree, technically, I think, the last time, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he lived with the fireball. It was one of the few things he could do.
Yeah.
It's what killed him in the end. Mind you, but
Okay, so we're back at the top of the initiative, but something that happens before we get to the normal initiative turn is all of you you hear a echoing
Lovely.
across the valley, and hear whoom, whoom.
oh, the rock.
Yeah.
To be a rock and not a roll.
Maybe it can teach me something.
All right, so you hear it, but you don't actually see it yet. Let me give it its own initiative roll now. Okay. So you definitely are aware that it is in the area now. You've definitely all heard that. And it's now in the initiative. Oh, Adrian should actually be below them. Okay. All right. It is Aragul's turn. And let's see. He is already in it, but hasn't tried to move yet. But he also... So I guess he gets now to try to make the check, right?
Yeah, because he would have seen Rockjaw stop.
Well, and I think also just like anyone gets the opportunity to see it before they would have moved into it.
Right.
So he is going to make a perception check. He's a fairly perceptive guy. Nope. Not
Oh!
He is distracted by wanting to try to get away, especially with this eagle in his face. So I think that he is going to try to run past the eagle, but as soon as he takes, the first step, he's going to get that 2d4.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Do you see it once? I'm just thinking like once you've taken damage.
He would not know the extent of it until he makes his perception check.
Right.
Just taking damage tells him where it is.
Yeah, so I think that he's going to move the first, he's going to, so you roll the 2d4, Honor, that he takes for that first 5 feet, and then I think he would stop at that point, and he doesn't get to make another perception check this turn. But that's as far as he's going to move this turn before, trying to figure out, wait, what just happened? Why did that hurt? But while he's got you in his face, Shadow, he's going to slash out at you with his short sword. 2 attacks.
Okay.
That 7 is probably going to miss.
Yes.
Luna, hang on. Just 1 second, you guys.
You?
Come here, Luna, come here. Let me give her a treat 1 second.
And Luna appears on the board.
She has an initiative of 24.
Yes.
She
Lots
cutes
of
him
legendary
into
actions.
submission.
Yes.
Legendary action can interrupt GM at any moment for treat.
Yes, exactly.
And it's impossible to successfully roll a saving throw.
It is. It's quite impossible.
Hold GM.
So, so that critical miss obviously doesn't hit, but the 20 does, I'm sure.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 7 piercing. Wait, no, I'm sorry, just 5 piercing, and then you have to make a Constitution saving throw with the giant eagle's Constitution.
Okay. Hang on 1 second.
That's going to be +1.
Thank you. I typed it into the Twitch. Sorry about that. Hang on. Help.
Okay, 14 is not enough, so you are going to take
Ouch.
5 piercing and 20 poison damage, which basically I think you have just 1 hit point left as an eagle, because you only have 26 total.
Yes.
So you barely
one hit
are
point
still in your eagle form.
You might wind up in the middle of your own spell. In the middle of
The
the
spike growth is honors, though. Honors.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. So Ergul's turn. That was his turn. Okay, Honor, you're up.
Okay. Honor is going to retreat to cover because this is a concentration thing, and if he fires, then she has a better chance. He's at a disadvantage if she's under cover.
Mm-hmm.
And then she is going to try and hit him with a heavy crossbow again.
Okay.
24.
That hits.
3 piercing. I know.
Hey,
Every little bit.
helps. All right, Esmeralda's turn.
Esmeralda is loath to burn another big spell on this.
Yeah,
You said that Terry was looking crispy?
Yeah, they're both still on their way, and with the they're sort of trudging through the ashy remains of the horses coming right for you guys. And Harry's just kind of say, "I've found a new master now, and he's much better than the last one."
She'll cast Firebolt at him.
Okay.
Ugh.
Yeah, 21 would hit, but yeah. Why, that's nothing. I could do better than that back in my living days. And I'm stronger now. Alright. Pavel.
Pavel, we need you over here!
Pavel turns toward the two vampire spawn,
Uh-huh.
grasping the medallion of the goddess Ouijas. Cast Turn Undead at the two of them.
Okay. They make wisdom saving throws, I believe?
Wisdom saving throws.
What are they trying to beat? Your spell save DC, essentially?
Oh. Hold on, I gotta pull that up.
I mean, it should just be on your main...
Yeah, it's not in the book, so let me pull up the sheet.
Well, it's not in the book, but it would be... Yeah.
Oh, my spell save DC. Right,
Yeah,
15. Sorry.
15. Okay. So they're making, each making wisdom saving throws. And, so it looks like Perry's actually fails.
Okay.
Lucian's
So-
succeeds.
If Perry has a... Shoot, what am I looking for?
They are more power... They're not going to be destroyed like the Spectres were.
If Perry has a challenge rating of 1 or lower, he's destroyed.
Nope.
Nope.
They're definitely
Okay.
higher than that. That said, the effect of the spell makes him what? Frightened? Can you read? Or I mean.
A turned creature must spend its turns trying to move as far away from you as it can. And
Okay.
it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you.
Okay. Yeah. You see as you channel this radiant energy and it washes over him. You see him suddenly kind of go pale. It's like, what? I used to know that trick. And he looks like on his turn he might run away. The Lucian though is just kind of looking at him like, your old tricks, not gonna work on me. Anubis' turn.
Okay, Anubis is kind of stuck here because of the spike growth. So he's just kind of growling and snapping.
All right. Rockjaw.
He's not that far away. I'm going to say that he can't teach me anything. I'm going to rage.
All right.
I'm going to move back and then leap at him.
Okay.
'Cause I can jump like 25 feet at this point.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll
So-
land over here.
Yeah. So I'll say, yeah, you can land right next to him. You go ahead and roll 2d4 for the spike growth of where you land, but otherwise you get to.
Do you want me to roll that?
No.
I can.
Honor should roll it, and okay. So you do take, if you're raging, just 2 piercing damage. But that's all just from the 5 feet worth that you actually land in.
Okay. And I'm going to attack recklessly.
Okay.
What do we got here? Wow. It's a terrible roll.
Yeah, unfortunately that doesn't hit.
How about that one?
28
That one-
probably hits.
20 hits, yeah.
All right. 21 points of damage.
That hurts. Oops, should actually be 34. Okay, yeah, he's significantly wounded now, and just the fact that he's got this magic spell, clearly, the spikes around him, he's looking a little bit desperate. That said, he also looks at you, and as scary as you are, having just jumped in, you also seem like you're pretty wounded already. Okay, so next it is the vampire spawn's turn. Perry, the Perry one, can't help but do everything he can to run as far away as possible, right? Does it actually makes him take the dash action, I think?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So he is... Yep, he is hightailing it.
Yep, so it says, yeah, can only use dash action or try to escape from the effect.
You've just
Okay.
ensured that my character will keep harassing you for quite some time.
Does he get to make his saving throw at some point? Does it say, or is it for just a duration?
Doesn't say about continuing to make the saving throw, so it must be for the duration.
Okay.
It doesn't say what the duration is.
Hang on, I'm gonna just.
For 1
If
minute.
oh, here it is. If the creature fails its saving throw, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes any damage.
Okay, for 1 minute, but it can still only use its action to run away. So,
Right.
yeah, so it's gonna get pretty far in a full minute, off the edge of the map for sure. Okay. But the other one is he's a kid. He is a fresh vampire spawn. He doesn't necessarily know that attacking the seasoned vampire hunter is maybe not the smartest thing. But that's what he's going to try to do. Is he's going after Esmeralda just because she's in front. So first, making a claw attack, and because it's a hit, he is going to grapple, and then he's going to try to bite her. And I think that's also a hit, right?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So 17.
Does she have to wait to try and escape?
Yeah, she can try to break the grapple on her turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a total of 28 damage.
No, that first
No,
the
that 8
8
is,
slashing doesn't
it's
count
instead of
because you
dealing
grapple
damage.
Instead of
hit.
doing damage, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
so
got
it's
it.
the 8. It is 20 necrotic damage, but then also her hit point maximum is reduced by 12.
Okay.
So yeah,
So her maximum is now 70.
this young whippersnapper vampire spawn got lucky. All right, his supernatural instincts did not fail him. Shadow.
All right, and I attack again. Once I can get my thing up again. Do. And 24 should hit.
Yep.
Okay, and this is the talons.
2d6 plus 3. Okay, that's another 10.
Okay, and then I bite at him.
15 misses.
Okay.
Yarr.
Nar.
All right. Yeah, he's looking a little desperate right now. Okay. It's Mark's turn, but he's unconscious. Now the rock. Where's my... Got too many little windows. So many windows. There we are. It is going to... Let's see. It is going to swoop over the bridge. And there's 3 people out on the center of the bridge right now. I'm going to roll a d6 to see who
There's
it...
5 people out in the center of it. Oh, you're just talking about
Including the
Esmeralda.
vampire spawn.
Oh, okay, just those 3. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. Ismark unconscious. Yeah, okay, yeah, so it's technically... You know what? Actually, you know what it's going to just do? It's going to just... it's going to swoop down this enormous... gargantuan creature. Its wingspread is hundreds of feet. Just the flapping of its wings is enough wind to almost kind of blow you over. And it's going to swoop in and let's see. Active creatures on the bridge there's 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a d6. Pavel 1, Zia 2, Casimir 3, Esmeralda 4, Vampire Spawn 5. And if it's a 6, I'll re-roll.
Okay.
And then actually, you know what? I'm going to do that twice because it has 2 attacks.
Oh, lovely.
Shouldn't D6 be a miss?
No. It's gonna have its own attack roll for the actual attack. I'm saying who's it going after?
Yeah.
Okay, so first
Vampire
attack, it's
Spawn.
going after 1, 2, 3. No, that's Esmeralda, and then Pavel for the beak. Esmeralda, Pavel talons as it swoops in. So first, that's gonna hit. Yeah,
Talons or beak?
that's beak.
Okay.
All right. So that's 24 piercing damage on Esmeralda, and now on Pavel. Okay,
Damn.
26. Yeah, and you are grappled plus the 20 slashing damage. You are restrained, and it's basically so it swoops in, kind of pecks at Esmeralda on the wagon, and then as it flies over, it grabs you in its enormous talon. You were basically like, its foot is so big that it's just completely wrapped around you,
Okay.
and it basically continues swooping up in the sky. So Casimir, actually, Esmeralda is grappled by the vampire spawn, and she just got pecked. I'm going to say she does not get to make an opportunity attack in this context. But Zia and Casimir and can make opportunity attacks against the rock if you want.
No, I don't think. Well, I mean, he can swing his staff at it, but
All right, that does hit.
okay, the 4 damage. I'm
That's
sure
pretty good,
it's
actually.
so much.
Let me actually move the token in here. Why is it not letting me zoom? Here we go. Need to get the token in play here. Although I feel like the actual token here it's actually
Oh my.
it's still misleading though. It should actually be bigger than that, in my opinion, given the description.
About 5 times bigger, I think.
And it has already carried Pavel out over the river.
Yeah. So basically, it has flown over the bridge, and it's actually got Pavel in its little talon clutches right now.
I have things I can do to it, but not that won't destroy Pavel.
It's only the second session with this character. Please don't kill me.
You just have such bad luck.
It's Zia's turn. Esmeralda is currently grappled
I'm
by a
sorry.
vampire spawn too.
Can Casimir take his attack of opportunity?
Oh yeah, I thought I okay. Go ahead and do that. I wasn't sure if you were.
I didn't
doing
want
it.
to talk
Okay.
over anything. So
Okay. Yep.
it's another 6.
All right. So a total of 10. You
Ugh.
get the feeling that like the blow connects, but this thing's
All right.
It barely does anything. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Esmeralda matters more to me than Pavel does. Sorry, Tim. I'm casting Phantasmal Killer
Ooh.
on the vampire spawn.
Okay. What does it do? Okay. Let's see. Wisdom saving throw.
And if it fails, it's frightened and takes 4d10 psychic damage on
Nice.
each turn. On its turns until it ends.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw. I'm sorry. I did it again. That's a wisdom check. You know what? I'll let the
That is
I'll let the
bonus.
die roll stay. So the wisdom check would actually be another 3. So that's 13.
Which is not good enough.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So what that means is
It's
that
frightened.
yeah, and I would guess that this newly created vampire spawn suddenly perceives that the clouds have parted and the sun is suddenly shining through this beam of light right onto it. And so it is suddenly terrified, and so at the end of its turn, it will make another saving throw.
Or take 40 10-second.
Yeah, okay. All right. And it is frightened in the meantime.
And it is frightened in the
Yeah.
meantime. Right.
Yeah. Of you.
No, it is
Of the
frightened. I
Frightened.
mean,
But
it doesn't say, yeah.
the rules of frightened though kind of require you to be frightened of something.
Okay.
So I'll say that it perceives you as somehow
Well, maybe it sees me as being,
like, or a feared vampire killer or something like that.
or the sun.
Native
yeah.
sun.
Yeah, the sun. Yeah. All right. In any case, he is going to be frightened when it's his turn again. Casimir's turn.
Okay. So Casimir is going to. Hang on. I need to. How far is that? Come on. Every now and then it happens where I can't quite zoom out because it doesn't want to give me the control. So how far away is the eagle? I'm trying to find it. Oh, it's all the way over there. Yeah, the rock.
Mm-hmm.
35 feet?
Well,
that's
from
30 feet?
from shadow.
It's marked, yeah. So.
Oh.
So 40.
Yeah.
Okay. Just.
Dueling measures.
Yeah.
Might I think he's going to focus on this vampire spawn here.
Okay.
And he's going to again. Let's see. Hang on. So I did that once, so I can do it again. I'll do another fireball. If I cast a fireball behind the kid, is Esmeralda safe?
It has got her grappled. I don't think you can hit the kid without hitting Esmeralda.
No.
Never mind.
Tactically speaking, you probably don't need to worry about it because it's going to get.
Zia has just done something to it. It looks terrified of him.
And Casimir would have enough arcane knowledge to know what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I'm just trying to see what.
But it is a dilemma with the rock, right? You don't know exactly how to make it not drop Pavel.
Yeah, because it's still flying, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it look like it's hurting Pavel?
Oh yeah.
It hurt him by grabbing him.
It doesn't hurt at all. I just can't breathe.
Well, I'm just.
Yeah, the impact of its grab probably hurt. It's not actively still hurting him.
Okay.
The impact of it dropping me, on the other hand, that might hurt.
Yeah.
So,
Can you float?
well, I'm
That's
going
true.
to
You might have
cast
a levitation
fly,
spell.
but I'm wondering if I should cast that on myself and try on Casimir and try to go after Pavel. But once he gets there, what can he do? Or should he cast touch somebody else? But they're pretty much all squishy around him anyway. So, I guess he's going to cast fly on himself.
Okay.
That's this spell.
All right.
So I can go. I can follow.
Yeah.
While flying.
So is he going to move towards it now?
Yeah. Once I can get my map to do what it's supposed to do.
Okay.
I,
Oops. I clicked it again. Sorry. Okay.
Move
Yeah.
around.
Flying feet of 60 feet.
Yeah, and I believe I said that he was
Yeah. He's
45 feet away. So.
So you can catch up.
I'm gonna go just out. What's the range of this thing? Because like if I come close to it, it's just gonna swipe at me and I'm gonna die.
Well, you can
So-
enter its melee range without being attacked, but then when you try to leave, it will get an opportunity attack.
Yeah. So I just want to be on the edge of that melee range.
Okay. Well, so are you trying to fly like right up to the talon where Pavel is, or what are you trying to do?
I just want to be. Actually, you know what? I just want to be slightly below. So if
Yeah.
Pavel falls, that's my goal.
Okay.
'Cause I'm moving
Good.
below.
I like that.
Yes.
My goal is to catch Pavel.
All right.
So I'm far enough away that I'm not really in melee, but I'm just under.
Okay.
me.
So
Yeah.
with the caveat that the rock though it's stationary on the map for right now, is actively flying around. So and it's faster than your fly spell.
Yeah.
So just bear that in mind. But I get what you're saying as far as the plan. Okay. That was Casimir's turn. Adrian's turn.
Adrian will swoop down from his perch now. Get to there. Be still flying. Use the crossbow.
All right.
On what's his name there?
Aragal.
Aragal. I don't think a 12 hits.
No.
Okay. And then continue to sweep on through, and now strike him with his short sword.
Okay. 19 does hit.
19 hits, so 8 piercing.
Okay.
And then continue to fly.
All right. It doesn't say he has like a flyby or anything, does it?
No. He can just
Okay.
use his rest of his movement. There's
So
no
Aragal
special
does get an
movement.
opportunity attack.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's a 12.
That meets.
Okay.
So the
So
piercing?
8 piercing, and then we need a Constitution saving throw.
So the piercing
Except-
is ignored.
Yeah, the piercing's ignored.
Oh, right. Yeah. It is not a magic short sword.
And where do I do saving throws?
If it doesn't list a saving throw category, just do a Constitution check.
Okay.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Oh,
So
listed as me, but it is actually his.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
17
that's 17 poison damage from that
Thank you.
slash.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're never going to make it to this wedding.
Nope, we are not.
They're making out of the hills.
It is Aragal's turn, and he's looking really desperate. He's very wounded right now, but he kind of looks around at you and just laughs and says, and then he takes the hilt of the sun sword and he throws it over the cliff.
Is it
Whoa.
possible to interrupt him?
No, that's his action. Now,
Okay.
we'll say he has,
only we had
he
two
has thrown
characters
it
who
off
could
of a
fly.
big cliff, so I just mean no more than you could interrupt him trying to make a sword swing.
Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, he has just thrown it in...
Can you pitch it that far?
Yeah,
pitch it that far?
you can pitch it that
It's
far.
right.
basically just a sword hilt. He could...
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's not, like, way out, but he basically throws it. I'll actually draw it on there just because...
Now the question is he throwing it toward the river or toward the land?
he throws it like that.
Okay.
That's his action. And then he just says, "My Lord Strahd will kill you all." And then he basically just stands there. Like, puts up his hands like he's surrendering. Like, although you also get the impression he doesn't necessarily think you're going to accept his surrender.
I think.
All right, so that was his turn. Honor, you're up.
Okay. To shoot this jerk or to shoot the rock? That is the question.
You're not going to hurt the rock.
Yeah.
And those guys have got those guys have got their are
Yeah,
bastards.
you've seen him. He's not even fighting back anymore.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of ways to. Oh no! You know what? I'm good.
Yeah, because I can ignore rough terrain. I could actually go get the sun sword.
Well, if you throw it over the cliff, you're gonna have to climb down. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we've got an eagle and a raven. Couldn't one of them
Yeah.
fly down to get it?
Probably.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
some dude that's flying.
Yeah.
and since I've seen it, I can cast locate object. So
Okay. Okay, so
Unless
shoot
it actually winds up in the river, we're gonna be okay.
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 So
Not
So
good,
optimistic.
but okay. No, yeah.
so I'm going to He's not even fighting back anymore.
Well, he's got his hands held up, but he's also a shifty individual.
Yeah, so I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on him.
Okay.
And shoot him with the heavy crossbow again.
Oh, okay. First, I didn't mean to draw that little dot like that.
It misses, but
okay.
Still, no.
All right,
he's not getting out of it.
You've got Hunter's Mark on him. All right, that is your turn. Esmeralda's turn. She's still grappled by the vampire spawn, although he does seem frightened now.
Try and break out.
Okay, 16 is enough.
Okay.
That's
her whole turn, right?
Yeah. Well, so that was an action. If she has a bonus action, she could take it.
No, aside from, no, there's no bonus action she can take.
Okay. All right.
But that does mean that when he runs away, she's ready for opportunity attacks.
Okay. Hang on, I'm just pulling up. Always want to double check what restrained specifically means versus like grappled. So, okay. So, Pavel is restrained in the talons. What that means is speed becomes 0, cannot benefit from any bonus to speed. Attack rolls against it have advantage. Creatures' attack rolls have disadvantage. You can try to break the grapple. Although this thing is really strong, so you're also still like above, cliffside. So, up to you how you want to do it. But right now, you can make an attack with disadvantage if you want. You can cast spells or do things like that. It's just you are basically cannot move away without trying to break that restrained.
Okay. I am going to cast Blight.
Okay. On the rock?
Yep.
All right. What does it make a saving throw?
It makes
Constitution.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. That's a really low Constitution save for that rock. Yeah. Okay. So it fails, and it's going to take 44 necrotic damage, which you definitely realize. That's like it's still got a lot, but it definitely felt that as this necrotic energy leaches out from your body up its talons, and it sort of screeches in pain and shock, and it definitely drops you.
Okay. Let's hope Casimir can catch him.
Yeah.
Don't fail me now.
So, okay. You did that. You get it'll be its turn. It'll drop you. Okay. That's Pavel's turn. Okay. Anubis.
No, he's still staying out of range of this thing.
All right. Okay.
But he's not a happy puppy.
Yeah. Rockjaw.
Eviscerate him.
Yeah.
Reckless.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like he's got his hands up, but he's smirking in your damn face.
There's 26 to hit.
26 hits.
For 21 points.
And that takes him down.
Oh.
Yay!
I hit him again.
Absolutely, yeah.
Destroy that corpse.
But I still got these things around me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, from a standing jump, I can actually jump out of this.
Yeah.
So I hop back here.
That 25 strength.
Use the rest of my movement to start moving around that way.
All right. Okay. So yeah, Aragal is dead.
Yay!
Wait.
Good one.
He's green. He's really strong.
He's kind of angry.
Jumping around.
And he gets angry and more powerful.
Call him Bruce.
Took you a while to get there, didn't it?
Only difference is the Hulk has got a scrap of ethics.
Not when he's really angry.
Okay, so it is the vampire spawn's turn, and because he is frightened, With you in line of sight, basically, he has disadvantage on any ability checks and attack rolls. He cannot willingly move closer to you. Is the how that works.
Okay.
And Esmeralda broke the grapple.
Right.
I'm gonna say. He's gonna try to just jump over the bridge.
Okay. Well, Esmeralda gets an attack of opportunity.
She does, yep. So she can go ahead and make that.
13 piercing damage with her +1 rapier.
Yeah, and that definitely takes that damage.
Okay.
And 3. Okay, but he jumps over the bridge.
Okay. He also has to make that save to
Right.
avoid the psychic
Yes,
damage.
he does. As he is falling through the air, let me. Okay, where's my vampire spawn thing? There we go. Wisdom saving throw, correct?
Mm-hmm. Oh!
Oh,
Alas, that's a natural 20 on that. So he is basically gambling that he's going to survive this fall.
good luck.
Into the water. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I also just realized I have not been doing their regeneration feature on their turn. So technically, he's actually got another 10,
How many hundreds of feet was this up?
500.
It was what, 500? Yeah.
But there's also water below.
Yeah.
So
hit-
what I'm going to basically say is, you guys lose sight of him. You don't know what happened.
All right. Well, the fact that he broke that spell means that I can cast another concentration spell now.
So I'm going to go ahead and say that he's going to fall 60 feet on his initial turn. So because it's so far, potentially, if you guys are quick, you can try to do something as he's falling. Okay, that's his turn. Shadow.
Yes. Shadow is going to fly and catch the sword.
It's not a trivial thing. What I'm going to say is, I'm trying to think how the abstraction of this works. This is your first turn since he threw it.
Yep.
And it's got a long way to fall.
Yep.
Yeah. What I'm going to do is make
'Cause
a
if-
perception check. I believe as a giant eagle, you actually might have advantage on those.
Yeah, that's one of the
I
things
think
I was
I've got
thinking.
a 10
Yeah.
perception. Where did that go? Oh no, I'm sorry. 14
Okay.
passive.
Well, don't no.
So
Roll
my
a perception.
Hang
check.
on, I'm
Yeah,
getting there. I'm sorry.
okay.
I'm finding it.
It's plus
and so
2.
the skills, it's a +4, which
Oh,
my
you're
human,
right.
my
Yeah.
elf form is
It
actually.
has-
So
it has
roll
advantage,
roll a
yeah.
d20 plus 4 with advantage,
Yeah, my elf form
knowing
actually
that
has better.
you're looking to see a falling sword hilt.
Sparkly thing.
Yeah. Well, it's not glowing right now. It's not
No,
activated.
but it's still.
Yeah.
But it's still.
Anyway,
kind of-
16.
Okay.
You can roll a second time.
Yeah.
because you
So
have
roll
advantage.
with advantage. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Basically, I'm just saying all this because I'm thinking it's a really high DC to just spot it.
Yeah, it's.
You know, to
Like I
chase
said, it would've been
after
better
a
if I was an
thrown
elf,
falling
but-
thing is not trivial.
I'm
You would
sorry.
have
What did
to
you say? I spoke over you.
So I'm going to say, unfortunately, with 16 is not high enough to see it as it's falling. I mean, you can certainly follow in the direction you expect it to be going,
Yep.
but you don't see it yet.
Okay, and I can move at 80 feet, so my regular movement is 80 feet, so I can get pretty much as far as the river
Mm-hmm.
and some down, because the river's like 60 feet from where I was.
Okay.
So I don't know, like, would I slow down, be kind of like where I think it would be falling, or...
Well, you know what? I'm going to say, cliffhanger! Will Shadow be able to retrieve the thrown sun sword before it sinks into the drink? Will
Will
probably be able to-
Casimir be able to catch?
Yeah. But we're at just about 5 o'clock here, so I
Yeah.
think we'll pick it up next time.
Wow.
Who would be able to join us for another game on the 27th? We can sort that out off the stream, but
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
We've
we'll,
got hard out right here.
yeah, you got stuff happening to you guys here.
Fellow players, I don't think we're getting to Castle Ravenloft in time.
It will be very close.
Now, one thing that I've been thinking is that the pattern is he does not change them into vampires as soon as he marries them. That's not been the pattern.
So
That
you're
happens
saying there's a
after-
chance.
The pattern is that they have to age first. Remember, because he only starts to lose interest in them after they get old. And then he tries to preserve their beauty by vampirizing them. The soul goes away, and then he's no longer interested. So I don't believe that he's going to change her into a vampire spawn right away.
Unless it works.
I believe we have a chance. I would certainly like to be there before he marries her, but I don't think that it's reason to despair if we don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
We'll
doesn't
figure
look
it all
terribly
out.
likely.
Yeah. If you, looking at it pragmatically, the wedding would be a great distraction and opportunity for us to sneak into the crypts.
Yeah.
That, yes.
It's for
So-
certain that the DM wouldn't give you a ticking clock with consequences. I mean, it's like surely it's actually fine.
We all know that the wedding is going to succeed, and he'll no longer be evil, and then it will be fun.
Yeah.
The abbot was right all this time.
You guys will waltz into Castle Ravenloft, and he'll be like, "Hey, you made it!"
And then I'll kill him.
No, I'm just. Well, okay, let's put it this way. In character, that might be what he says in order to try to.
No. I mean, it's fair. You guys don't know exactly how it's going to work, and I don't
That's
mean
true.
to. I'm kind of teasing. I'm just saying. You guys don't know exactly what's going to happen. There might even be more players in the game that you don't. And I guess I just mean more moving parts than you realize.
All right, I gotta go.
All right.
Okay.
But that's that's kind of a fun cliffhanger. I mean, I knew that this was going to be a kind of exciting encounter, just to have the Rock come in and add an extra twist of complexity to the whole thing. But thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll be back next time for more adventure on so many levels.
Well, Curse of Strahd.
Yeah. Also, we're all cursed on so many levels.
Especially those of us who are falling through midair for the next week or two.